Hello and welcome to the Tales from the Shores podcast, the best place to get all of your Bright Shores news and everything like that, as well as Fen Research news. My name is Tel. You know who I am. I have with me V and SynPip today. How is everyone?
Oh, it's another day in paradise.
Please introduce yourselves.
I'm SynPip. My name's Cody. Most people know me as SynPip, the gnome fighter that I played in D&D once. I'm currently playing on Max Breadman, whose goal is to simply dump as much bread into the bank as I possibly can, because you got to get that bread.
Yeah.
My main
Okay, so it's Sanhai.
My main character is out racing with Brit Athena in leatherworking merch right now.
Awesome. And that's what you're doing right now?
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. This way that I'm making money, this is when the Source game first came out, I had my cousin start playing the game. And this is what she did for like 3 hours. Sat here and opened trunks. And back then, I don't even know if it was viable. But for Max, totally worth it.
I will say that right now, V's having an audio issue. So we're going to get her to refresh her webpage to see if that fixes it. But until then, all good. So she'll be back in a sec. Yeah, I'm currently doing passive burn right as usual. But so you're opening a bunch of chests and stuff. And how is that? I remember when the game first, when the game first came out, there was a bunch of like.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. It said the director has muted you, so I was like, wait, are you not able to hear me, or are you just trying to prevent people from hearing me?
Okay, yeah, blame me. No, I think it might have been a graphical issue then. Yeah, remember when the game first came out, and it was like there was a bunch of like everyone was jumping on like the Briar Shores train to get as much of their clicks as possible. And there was like infinite gold glitch, open a bunch of chests in the quartermaster. And it was like the worst gold ever.
It is. It's so bad.
None of us had any idea what we were doing.
No, no one.
It was all like, oh, we got like 10 silver. This is crazy.
No one knew anything about what we were doing. So where are you? Can you queue these too? Max
Bread, you can queue them, but
dude,
they don't respawn like the queue should.
Oh,
so
no.
You have to individually,
so I get one queue.
Like, that's why I run out and grab a cabbage every time. So you get one queue and then you go grab a cabbage.
Got it. That's the strat. This is huge.
That's the strat.
This is
maybe like go open one in the Green's office if you really want to, because that'll actually give you another queue.
Dude, I got a figure 8 pufferfish, a lemon pufferfish, a boot bone. Like this is like, so ridiculous.
It drops.
Dude, I don't care that they're trash though. The drops make the dopamine go to my brain. It's great.
Yeah, like I might. That's the thing. I'm level 2 right now. All these drops are useful to me. Like these are things I've never seen before.
How much money do you have on this character?
Right now, 15 silver. You want to know how much bread I have on this character?
How much bread?
I can proudly say I've never forged those chests.
My inventory fills up.
That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna stand here and watch you for a second while we get onto V. Now that you're back, what are you up to, V?
I am finally foraging. It has been an absolute nightmare trying to release the latest video that I worked on, which has absolutely like absorbed my entire life. But yeah, I'm finally back. I can play the game now. I'm foraging. I'm happy. I'm gonna get 500, and that's gonna be it.
That's the life cycle of Briar Shores YouTuber.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that for sure. You work really hard on a grind, you get it done, and then you do the video, and then you stop playing the game entirely. You just do the video, and then you come back, and then you just kind of go back and forth. That's why I'm like absurdly low level, in my opinion. But
the last Briar Shores YouTube video I made, was the Christmas event video, and the next one I make will be the Easter event.
Oh yeah. Are you excited for the Easter event?
I'm always excited for the Easter event. I love the holiday events. I don't care how bad they might be. I love them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got
No,
lots of.
I think the Easter event's gonna be really cool. Like I don't know. Everyone keeps saying I want bunny ears. I want
I
bunny
want
ears.
bunny ears. I'm the one saying that.
I don't think bunny ears are the move.
I want bunny ears. I don't think
I,
it's the only move they should make, but it's the one I want them to make.
I want some kind of carrot sword or like an egg thrower or something like that. I just want to throw
Throwing
eggs
eggs
at
at people would
people.
be funny.
That's what I'm
Fun.
saying. I
I'd
just
love
want to throw
that.
eggs at people. I'll find Tell in game and throw eggs at them. It'll be great.
Yeah, like that. There would be plenty of people who do that. That would be awesome. But all bunny ears.
Yeah, we do need having those kinds of interactive. Poor Sam's gonna get a bunch of reports. Someone threw an egg at me.
But like realistically, like the only like multiplayer in this game really is like seeing other people run around, talk to them, co-op woodcutting and co-op fishing. That's it.
Yeah, and co-op fishing we don't talk about because it's still
Trash.
Not great.
The multiplayer in this game is, hey, what level are you? Want to have a party?
This is Habba Hotel. So right now, you can just talk to people.
That hurts to admit, but yeah, it is kind of true.
But yeah, at least you can't block off the beach. Beach is closed.
I pretty much live there at the beach. Okay, please.
So this week we have a lot of interesting news. Obviously, we had the combat merge, which was really, really big. That got brought into the game. We had a little bit of drama surrounding it, obviously, because there's never not drama to talk about. We've had some fun with it, and yeah, it's been great. I don't have too much to. I don't want to go like too crazy on the beta, but I guess we probably should start there. But how is people finding combat now that it's in the game live?
I enjoy it really over the way it was before. But I felt overwhelmed at first, and I felt like a lot of people around me were complaining about being overwhelmed by the amount of info they have to go collect nowadays, or the fact that they were being forced into areas they didn't go to yet.
Yeah.
I think for me, like I really enjoyed the combat rework. I think it was a really necessary breath of fresh air for the direction the game is going in. It was pretty much exactly like what I expected it to be off of like my time in the beta. So no big surprises there. I was surprised to see how many people were like, "Oh, I can't kill things that are like 5, 6 levels below me." And then they found out the hard way that to a large extent it's just like your gear was not very good.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Every time that there's a post on Reddit and stuff like that, it's like, I can't kill this enemy, and it's the game's fault. And it's like, you look at their gear, and they're like they're wearing blues that are 30 under level, and you're like, dude, that used to work, but it doesn't anymore. You have to keep up to date.
Level didn't really used to work well.
Yeah.
Just because it was broken in the past and it got fixed doesn't mean that like you can still keep going that way. Like.
Yeah, and they buffed potions and stuff too. People just are probably a little bit used to being able to just AFK the entire way.
It's a buff and a nerf at the same time, right? Because in fights that are shorter, it's a buff because you get more instant healing. But if your fight drags on for a long time, it's actually a nerf because you can drink fewer potions per minute. So
yeah, and the
boss fights might suffer.
Huge too.
What you mean, like the reagents?
No, they changed healing potions to be up to 45%.
Yeah, no, that's what I was referencing. Like in short fights, that'll really be good for you. But then like in longer fights, like boss fights and quest fights and stuff like that, it might become an issue for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I created a new character upon the rework to see from the beginning how it would go. That's not this character that I'm putting on, another character called Simpip Jr. So far, he's in the forest working on his carpentry to get the spiders and his quest done. I am afraid of the bear. But
bear is lethal.
The fish didn't touch me. So I don't know how it's going to go, but
yeah, but it's been really interesting because I find that the blog posts had a really negative reception for the most part, but the combat beta was good, and I would say that it was much more positive compared to the negativity of the the blog posts were very negative, but the beta was really positive comparatively. And then when people got into the game, I think it just got to a broader audience. So more people are like, their expectations were a little bit, hey, it's like I expected the combat to be completely different now. I just got 7 silver from 1 chest. That's tons. What the hell? Did I get a crit?
Basically, yeah. You crit the chest. That's how it works.
I think the reason that like the blog post was received a lot more poorly than the actual beta is because people basically got told, hey, this thing that you're used to right now is going to be changing. Here's how, but it wasn't worded like super clearly because a lot of people had questions. And then once people actually got to go hands-on with it in the beta, that's when they were like, okay, now I see, now I understand. And that's why that probably got a little bit more of a positive reception. At least that's my guess.
Yeah. Okay, so Pip, I think, can you just have a chat here?
Yeah. What?
I think, okay, you're good. I think that there were people complaining, but I think you're good now.
All right.
Might just need to turn you up a little bit. Okay, cool. So let's talk about Fen Research themselves. They've actually had some interesting changes, or upcoming changes as well. Give me a second here.
I'm excited about some of those upcoming changes. I think it might be a breath of fresh air.
I think all of them are going to be very good for the game.
This will probably go into the rework just a little bit here. Oh, you're too long. What happened here?
I got too many inches, Chad. You hear that? What the hell? Damn. 0, too big a number for Tell, apparently.
There we go. Okay, so
Tell, I gotta call you out on this.
Yeah.
First, you start complaining about my feet, then you start complaining about my inches.
Keep going.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You want more? Okay.
Anyway, so the past action option not being reset in the change as we changed room. This is really nice that we got this. I think it's been a complaint for a while. I believe the combat stuff you still have to do past action for everyone. Is that right?
It's still on level up too.
Yeah, and on that makes sense, but it's less egregious, right?
If I am already doing a past action and I level up to another thing for that thing that I'm doing, I'm pretty sure I want to still be doing the past action.
Okay, I agree, but also just deal with it. It's one click.
Well, you know what? That's how I felt about it before they updated it. But now they did it once.
They did it once. Might as well. Yeah.
I have a bigger gripe with
give it to all of it.
Yeah.
Don't give it your all.
I was running into an issue when I was like recording like various forager loops. I wanted to have like the different resources actually on screen. So I was past actioning a lot.
Yeah.
But when you're combining different resources, you can apparently only pass action one. Because when you select something else to also go past action, it reverts the one you were working on. So I was constantly like, all right, which one do I actually like select here to have it be as clear as possible? So I don't know if I'm being nitpicky or not, but I would like to just have persistent past action for
it's definitely
everything.
Like, this is like definitely just, I feel like the way that it's programmed or something like that is this is gonna be a huge pain in the ass. I think it's a great improvement. I completely agree with what you're saying. It's like you should be able to just lock it, right? You just like, I want to do this thing at all times, and you can just like toggle it in even the profession menu or something like that. I get it, and then you could log out and log back in, and it just stays for good. But then you'll get people complaining like,
also, rather than look at other things. Don't.
Yeah, no, 100%. This is good. This is a good update. Good update. Okay, balancing updates. Let's rip up the band-aid. The den bait. No, that's awful. The dens. Let's talk about dens.
My only complaint. I have one. I hate that it does the lowest level cred, so that if you go free to play till you're max combat and then run off to pay or to cred, your dead rates will be significantly stronger for combat. Whereas otherwise they're like 56 plus the detective level. I wish it was at the bottom of my current stripe.
I have a hot take on crime dens, and I might get some hate for this, but I think that the way they currently are is a massive improvement for the game overall.
I think
like it.
I think it's I think it's better for the game as well. I think it's healthier, but I think that the way they addressed it is where it kind of fell into the problem. So they had the 10% thing, which okay, they made a mistake there. That's fine. But what they should have said in the patch notes is just like, look, we nerfed the shit out of them. What they should have said, and it's what they actually believe as well, is that dens were supposed to be detective experience with a side of combat experience, but people were leveling up the whole way through. And that's fine, especially with the rework update, because like now you're getting like 800 levels of combat out of the detective skill. It's just say that in the notes. Say combat experience is going to be very different from how you're used to, but detective experience should be the same. If it should be the same, which it is. I think after people have done, it's not better, but I think it's easy to do.
It's very AFK, but I think the way that like what made it so powerful previously was you could just like grind your watch person profession like all the way through.
Yes.
And I think if they'd kept the XP the same, then you'd end up with a situation where rather than you being able to like level a combat profession in the one episode, you'd be able to train like your combat, which is applicable to all episodes now. You'd be able to train that with one episode for profession, which doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion.
You get it.
Because it's like,
yeah.
Why else would I train combat like anywhere else? I'm just gonna be fighting mobsters all day. Like what? Doesn't make sense.
I think it makes for a great alternative combat training experience.
Yeah. You still get good experience if you're at the level that you're doing it. It's just significantly worse. And
if they continue to not drop any items or anything, like
yes,
you can't
that's another thing is
too much higher.
That's another thing as well is that the feedback that we gave them, not in the beta that you know, but the closed beta before the game came out, the feedback was like, hey, dens are like, you know, I like doing dens, but they don't give any reward and the chests are shit and they don't drop anything and they don't give any experience, money. And there's an email that says, hey, we know about this. We're happy with how they are because they give lots of experience. They give tons of experience. You get both combat and detective experience, but you don't get any reward to compensate, and that's fine. Now they don't give as much combat experience, but they also don't give a reward. So yeah, like maybe we should get paid to do it, like investigations. But then you have the offset as like, oh my god, they're completely AFK. It's tricky. I think it's just because they were so strong before. If they weren't so strong before, I think people would be less upset.
That's 100% it. And it's also just like people are just very happy with how their crime dens were like before because they're just using it a lot. But at the end of the day, it's a detective leveling method. It's not a combat training method. And I don't think it would be healthy for the game if it were the main way people train combat. So I'm happy with the fact that it's now just you train detective. You happen to use combat.
So I'm done.
I support it on the. I think it would be healthy for the game if it's the main way people train combat either. Like they wouldn't experience combat in every area.
Yeah.
Like especially when later episodes start coming out, like how are you now you're gonna have to make something that competes specifically with detective.
Well, like it would have made sense if we, had like a combat profession that was only applicable to Chronopolis and that would tie in like super well with training detective. Maybe something that would also like, be themed around like being a guard in the city of Chronopolis, maybe like a watch person or something like that. I think that would work very well.
I think it worked well when the combat was separated, but once they merged it all, it's not supposed to, and they don't want it to do that. They want you to go everywhere. They don't want you to just sit in one episode anymore. That's why they're making you go everywhere. You can't just hang out in Hopeport. You have to go to Kren if you bought Kren.
I'll chill in Hopeport if I want to.
Yeah.
I've been doing that.
I'm sorry. Like, there's a guy, he was hanging out with me for a while. He was grinding out in Hopeport, and he hadn't left. And then he bought premium, and he was the type of guy that would just get all his cards and everything he needed, all his passes. He was like 190 guard, and he hadn't entered the mines yet. After the update, he had missing cards from the mines and all sorts of passive points that he needed to go spend, and he was very overwhelmed. And
Yeah.
I felt bad for him.
And that's something I've talked about for a while, is that a lot of the complaints from the beta, there's two sets of them. There's like, oh, Dens are shit. But there's also, I don't understand or why this changed. There's growing pains. I call them growing pains because they're not things that will be they will be experienced by people who start the game from today. And as you tried the new player experience, did you like the new player experience after you?
I very much love the new player experience.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's something
I got to the spider's nest and it was the same experience. I was like, okay, well, I could go now.
Yeah,
back to what I was doing.
You did 32 carpentry on your beta alt?
No. I got to start working on my 32 carpentry grind and said, beta. No, I never played the beta.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Up to the update. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, you spent that long, like, you're crazy.
Wait, how long did you spend in the combat beta?
I did one all the way to Hope Forest to get the menu faction, but it didn't actually take as long as you'd think, because I think once you're used to the game, you can quickly kind of blitz through to Hope Forest. Whereas the first time we played, it was stumbling around. So I probably spent like a good 15 hours or so.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Messing about and giving feedback and stuff. There was some other changes here. They made it so you can fight 20 levels ahead instead of 10. It was because it was a little bit tight before, but also this opens up the opportunity to, it's really hard to fight something like 10, 15 levels ahead of you anyway, but it does open the opportunity once we get more player power through actives and stuff like that. This will change the way grinding works, I think. But we do have a 2000 combat player on the stream for later today to chat with about that kind of stuff. So
I can barely handle finding something a couple levels below me most of the time. If I'm actively grinding, I don't understand how somebody could fight something 20 levels stronger unless they just everything legendary.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Like, you craft your own gear, you infuse all of it, you get high level potions, then you would probably be able to get away with that. And I think it's more for the edge case that someone would have a very high crafting level and a very high level in Alchemist, and then like basically just get all of that at the same time, then train combat. I think you'll start seeing people being able to kill stuff 20 levels over.
Yeah. Having armor and stuff as well, just all the crafting abilities, trading, it's just going to help so much.
Stonemaw is really going to help combat with that, I think. I think having access to being able to craft our own armors and not being so reliant on like either Bladrick or getting them as drops is going to be really nice.
Yeah, that's something that I want as well. It's actually it's a common problem that we run into, and also it also fixes something else. I think the Quartermaster should sell up to level 100 guard gear, blue or green, and it fixes. For one, it gives new players an incentive to spend money and like work for something. For two, it gives them the ability to fix their gear problem and on any RNG that they have in the early game. And for three, it fixes everyone's ability to not get guard gear once you get a faction, because the guard gear looks sick.
The guard gear does look sick.
I agree. I want my fashion shores.
So I'd really like the Quartermaster, who is a Quartermaster, to sell stuff, so we can buy stuff from him, because that is what he should do.
It'd be really cool if we could actually buy stuff other players have sold to the Quartermaster.
Oh my god!
For a premium,
that'd be cool. No, I mean obviously for a premium price, right? It wouldn't be like cheap or anything, because Quartermaster's got to eat as well.
That's something that old MMOs used to do, and it's really good.
Like, we all have unique names. When it comes to trading, I really want weapons I craft to have my unique name attached to it.
Streamer privilege.
No, like anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody has a unique name. I want them their weapons.
Their
that
signature,
they craft.
dude. Yeah, having their signature. on it.
Any blacksmith puts his signature on the weapon. It's only right.
Do bone rights do it too? Or do bone
Yeah,
rights
they
just
just
passive
carve
their
it.
way to 500?
Not Alan.
Casually 500 bone right. Never built a weapon in their life, but you know, bone writing hardly know her.
Healing potions changed from 10% to 15%, which I don't know if they're good. They might still be bad, but that's a much better improvement. With our increased health pool as well, you find that the 10% or the 15% now aren't as dog shit. There's no other better way to put it. 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45%. Hopefully we do get reasons in the game to use a 40 and 45% potion. So I'm really keen to do that.
I imagine raids and boss fights down the line, they're probably going to have special attacks in the same way that quest bosses have them.
Yeah.
And with how chunky some of the attacks on those quest bosses were, if you do get clipped by them, I can imagine with like raid content being a lot more difficult, you can definitely see some of those potions being useful there. At least that's my guess.
Yeah. I just realized that I just took a screenshot and everyone heard that. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's super keen. All these are good changes, and I think that people forget how much has changed, even though it's been a little bit slow going, but won't say like that. I think.
Let's not forget the violin update, right?
Oh, how many times do
That
they
was
change
new.
the music? And it's like, I think Marla Zedek was doing a lot of work on the music stuff, and unfortunately, we don't have the information on like he was doing recordings on all of the songs, so we can't see the differences. But it would be really nice to hear.
I would love to know what the difference is. Like, what changed? Like, I know, yeah, something changed somewhere, but I am not musically talented enough to know what or where.
I don't know
I'm
what an
pretty sure
instrument is.
I know it's a violin because they told me.
What's a violin?
I'm pretty sure I have the 1.0 files for the songs.
Oh yeah. Then we're
so
just
we
gonna
could,
figure out which
like-
song it was.
I mean, realistically speaking, you could like load them both into an audio editor and compare the
Yeah.
waveforms and see where the difference is. But
Effort.
pretty much that. I'm like, I got to work on my next 50-hour grind video. So
I'm sitting here collecting bread. Somebody else will have to do it. It's not
yeah,
me.
you're busy, man. You got busy guy.
I'm picking up rocks.
Reduce how slightly important it is to use a weapon whose damage color matches the opponent's vulnerability. It was a bit too extreme. So I don't know if there's two angles for this. It's either
Technical difficulty.
sorry.
I had a technical difficulty there. What was that question?
No, just they changed the way that damage vulnerability works. So if you use the weapon type that's vulnerable, it does less damage than it used to. It said it was too extreme. So they're either nerfing the one that when you're doing the correct one, they're either nerfing that, or their intention is to buff the ability to not have to use the element. Does that make sense? So like they're not punishing you as much for not matching the element. I think that's kind of the angle they're going for, because I know that especially when you get to the upper levels of combat, one class has a benefit over the other based on whatever vulnerability is the last 500, the last few like 100 levels. I don't have any opinion on this change. I don't do enough combat, but maybe our guests will. And then there's more text fixed. So really interesting thing about this. There is one guy in my community called Jeremy. His name is Jeremy. He submits literally every single patch you see fixed various text. I almost guarantee you it was Jeremy. He's like read every single info card, every single quest. He sees everything. So just so you know, if you ever make a typo, he will come for you. I think he's got literally like an email every single day saying, fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. It's really funny. I just want to call that out.
Can you imagine being Fen, being like, "Oh, guys,
They just have him.
they've
just got like a folder. They've got a folder like every time he sends an email, it just goes straight there, like typo fix.
No, but what I was trying to say is, can you imagine being Fen and like launching an update and just being like, "Yeah, guys, we launched the combat rework," and just 5 minutes later, just ding, Jeremy sends you an email. Guys, here you go. 29 typos. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah. Now there was a little bit of the drama I wanted to talk about the combat rework, other than the dens and stuff. The potions. I'm trying to get a screenshot up right now.
Agony. There's just one word to describe that. Agony.
Agony. I'm so sorry for those people.
The rug pull. Here we go.
Alchemist used to make money, and now
No.
potions do.
No.
The rug pull.
The rug pull.
Such a dick move. That was a dick move. They could have said anything. One fucking word.
You think they're in the wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they're in the wrong.
I challenge you. Absolutely. I don't think they're in the wrong.
They should have warned us.
Okay.
I didn't do it, but I was suggested to me to do it, and I was like, no, I feel like that's not going to work out like you want it to. Like, I anticipated the rug pull, but I think it's wrong of them to do without saying something.
Okay, let's...
I think this is so deserved. This is karma at its finest. Like, don't abuse these kinds of updates and systems. It's never going to work well for you. It shouldn't work well for you.
Yeah, let's give the context first. So they changed the prices of ingredients significantly across alchemy. I think it's a positive. Well, actually, across the game, but it affected alchemy the most. So the whole game
affected fishing a lot.
Yeah, anything far away from a bank, the further it is from a bank, the more it got changed. Now the sell price got changed, but also the buy price as well. So, for example, Grenards. Excuse you. The Grenards and no, you're right. Eels are way more worth it. They're actually worth much more gold. They're not worth buying, but they are much more valuable as fish now, and you can make more money from them. The experience remains the same, but yeah. Now with alchemy, the same thing happened. So the further it is from the bank, the more it's worth. But also it changed. They also changed a lot of these combat reagents, which were like, the way that the mapping works is you could make a level 100 potion with like level 4 ingredients. So they buffed the level, and they changed the pricing to be based on the alchemy level rather than the combat level. This made it so many of the potions that were profitable to make changed value, and the ingredients changed value as well. The potions values went up, but the ingredients went up further, as V saying, made it a loss to buy from the vendor and make.
All but 2 potions are now lost, and it's just like, I get it. It's a good change, but it hurts.
I will say that the higher level combats, alchemy potions, they've been buffed, so you can make 5-6 gold an hour making them. They're really good. So like it's really good. Now, sorry, let me just finish. All this is saying, what happened was the mine potion, the 5% mine potion, you could buy them from the vendor. And then, in theory, after the update, sell them for an increased value.
In theory.
Basically just flipping Ebsworth.
What happened was they made it so that any 5% mine potions acquired before the update were worth the same as what they are now, or on both sides of the update. Which means that if you bought potions, you lost about 60% of your money. If you were successful, you would have gained 30%. I've been calling this the crypto rug pull, the mine potion rug pull, and it's unfortunate. Now, my position is once you get 20,000 pots in, you think the little worm in your brain says, "There's no way I get away with this, right?"
Yeah, how do you let yourself get to 240,000 pots in?
I mean, don't we remember like week 2 of the game? Andrew really updated the game on a Sunday saying, "Oh, some people were able to abuse some detective bug. I'll be able to see in the logs who did it." Like,
yeah.
This is fuck around, find out.
Yeah. Yep. I think there was two possibilities, outcomes of this. I think that for anyone who went really crazy with it, you get either reprimanded or you lose some money. Like you could get banned or trade locked or something like that, or you can lose some money. I think losing some money is the best possible outcome out of the negative ones.
Yeah.
But your position is they should have warned people not to do it, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they should have said, hey, by the way, don't forget, don't do that.
Okay.
Also,
I
for the record,
agree.
I didn't know there was a potion reagent merchant for the first like 2 months of the game.
Dude, I didn't find out for like a couple of weeks as well. It was crazy. There's some more people buying potions. A lot of people bought potions because they were increasing in value anyway. Oh, hold on, I got up on the wrong tab. The content is no longer available. There we go. A lot of people bought potions, including me. I just bought like some potions to use over time because they were increasing in value, right? So, and they're happy for you to use them, and they were aware of this, but they weren't aware of the flip. And you're going to say
I think
something
the
there?
big difference is there. Yeah, I think it's very much. I think they should have given a warning, or at least I don't think they should have, but it would have been nice if they did.
Mhm.
But it should have been more along the lines of like, "Hey, we just recently became aware of this problem.
Mhm.
Do not do this. If you do this, you are going to lose money."
So
That's what they should have done, I think.
regarding that, people found out over the weekend and mostly were doing it the morning of the update. That's when they found out. That's when Samuel woke up to 100 DMs saying, hey, there's a thing. And then they had to make a quick decision on how they're going to solve it. Because people started doing it on Sunday, UK. I'm talking UK time here. They started doing it Sunday. And then Monday morning, like 2 a.m., people were going crazy. I think that's when one of the Discords popped off. And then they woke up, they go in office, they find out people are doing this. There was no time to warn anyone.
Well, I think like it goes both ways, right? Because it's like it's obviously, in my opinion, it's common sense that you do not abuse systems like this.
Mm-hmm.
And when the first messages came up in the Blades of Adothria about this, I immediately said, do not do this. It probably shouldn't. It's not a good idea. And I don't think anyone in there really went like super crazy and got 192,000. I think it was you had on screen.
That was that was one
But
person.
I don't think any of us really did that. But I feel like, like even if it was slightly ahead of the update, any message saying like, hey, we're aware of this, don't do this, would have been nice. But I don't think like it's something that they like should have done, as in like it's absolutely egregious that they didn't do it. I just think it would have been nice of them to have done it.
Yeah. My position is that my position was that we do, we get access to the beta to help the devs, right? Not to find things to abuse. That's kind of where it is. And they kind of let us get away with the potion changes pricing. We can use them, the reagents pricing. If you bought reagents at a lower price and then use them, you still have to run them. The thing with the potion is you can buy thousands at a time. So yeah.
At that point, you're printing money, which is just it's flat out abuse, in my opinion.
Simpip?
I never played the beta. I didn't understand the point of the beta. So my thing is, with a beta, most games that do a beta are like, hey, here's an incentive to come try our beta. Brighter Shores was like, hey, come try our beta. And I'm like, why? The game's already here.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's not your job to test, right?
Yeah, I'm not paying for this. Where's my incentive? Nothing.
Fair enough. Man's after his own interests, and no one can fault him for it. Interesting development. There was different positions on all sides. I think the most neutral option was to people to sell back for the same value they bought it at, which I think, I don't know. It's tricky because it's like, I think getting away with not getting any bans and stuff like that for a clear abuse, whether you want to call it an exploit or whether it's a vulnerability or whatever, that goes kind of into an argument where it's like, semantic, right? Is it an exploit?
I guess we
know-
should be thankful no one got banned.
Yeah, no one got
Exactly.
serious
The most
trouble.
important part.
Yeah.
No one, no one even got their wrist slapped.
I mean,
Yeah.
one person got an amazing like badge of honor for having 192,000 5% mind
Yeah.
potions. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
He's gonna hold on to those for the rest of his game time because he sure as hell is gonna
Absolutely
use them all because they're not tradable.
I was gonna say you should. Who knows? Maybe they taste really good and they're like super refreshing. You can have them like, you know.
Yeah,
I
blueberry
can tell
pop.
you, based off as someone who drinks XP potion quite often, it's addicting like skooma in Skyrim.
I'm chugging XP and fear potions right now.
Yeah.
That's all on the game update side. There was some Fen Research developments. Most of them came from Samuel, as usual. There is an Easter event, and it's more than just gaining hats from XP over time. So
It's a quest and gaining hats from XP over time.
he's
Getting eggs from XP over time and then trading those eggs to a vendor that showed up.
awesome.
That's my guess.
You reckon?
That would be really cool. That would actually
That's my
that's a
guess.
great idea. Damn. All right.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do XP incentives for. Yeah, we'll see. Before we get into that, I want to talk real quick because I do get this. I do get the sentiment a lot. What do you think about the FOMO of an event like this?
I think it's real. I think I know that my mom and like my mom was very excited about the event, very much enjoyed it. She created another character so she could start collecting the hats again. I think my cousin is very disappointed that she missed out on the Christmas event for 2024 or because she was busy with life.
It's a very interesting topic because you get into like the whole little argument of like the haves versus the have-nots. Where like if you were part of the event and you grinded it yourself and these items are now discontinued, you're like, yeah, I got cool discontinued items. I was there. You might have a new player joining the game X years down the line. They might go, oh, a Black Santa hat? I really love that. Can I still get it? No, I'm sorry, you weren't here like 3 years ago. Too bad. Very much two sides to the coin, and I am personally leaning in favor of make them recurring so that everyone has a chance to get them. Because at the end of the day, I think that as a community, we should be sharing and everything. We should be thriving or basically striving to have everyone reach their goals. And if someone wants to have a Black Santa hat, who are we to gatekeep that from them, right? I don't want to feel cool because I got a cool discontinued item. I want us all to feel cool because we have the cosmetics that we want. So I'd much rather have these items be recurring so that everyone can get them.
And that's the OSRS system, I think. Every event they unlock the whole thing, right? Where anyone can get it. Is that how that works?
Yeah, it is. And like I feel like for this game, maybe they could do it in such a way where, like, for example, the Christmas hats, like if you got them in 2024, then the little card on your transmogs should say like Xmas 24, just like it does now. And then somebody who got it later can just maybe have like a different card, but it should virtually be the same item, in my opinion, so that everyone has
that's not a bad solution,
access to every cosmetic that they would potentially want to get.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see people missing out.
1,000 Xmas 24 Black Santas and 1,000 Xmas 25 Black Santas, though.
Well, no, but they could just like make all the hats like available every year and just like add more or do like a Christmas quest and make it so that you get one of each hat from the previous year, but it just doesn't say Xmas 24 on top of like the normal reward. There's plenty of options here
to customize their character.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of each thing, I like that a lot. I wish there was a point to opt out of collecting the Christmas hats.
What? Why do you not want to?
Because he's got like 300.
Nothing I can do with them.
Because he's got like 325 of this hat and 50 of this hat and 45 of this hat. It's like
rookie
the
numbers
all over the place bother me. I couldn't
even
drop
them
if
either.
I tried and you can't drop, so you always have just 1 or 30 extra hat depending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I loved the Christmas event, but I am 100%. I had a couple people in voice chat yesterday in the Blades, and they were saying like, "Hey, oh, you got the Black Santa hat. I wish I had gotten it. And they just weren't playing. And I was like, yeah, I 100% feel you. I would have felt the exact same way about the Black Santa if I wouldn't have had it. And I just feel like everyone should have access to it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you're not going to unlock a Christmas hat in March. I get that, right? That's fine.
I'm not going to be angry if they decide to go back on the, no, we're never going to have those again thing.
Me
Yeah.
neither. Just
Not
let me
gonna be
keep
angry
my
about that
Xmas
at all.
24
But
card.
are we
I
we
want
all
that.
we all agree that we don't want them tradable, right? Like to give it like to
Oh,
trade.
no, I don't want to give
Yeah.
it to someone.
Yeah.
Unless it's for free. If we get like a swap hat system where we can just donate an old cosmetic,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People will RMT it. If it will get to the point where it's RMT'd. If you make them tradable in any way, even if it's like swapping a hat or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you have them tradable in any way, people will abuse that. And that is one thing I 100% I back Fen Research on this. If they make them tradable,
Do not make them tradable.
That I don't want crypto bull crap collecting
Now,
in my
if you
stupid...
give me an NPC where I can sell them for a copper just to get rid of the extras, I'll be okay with that.
Man after his own heart. It's like my own interests. I don't want too many different numbers.
Yeah. No, it's just I want to be able to control the numbers, please.
Oh,
and
hey.
having uncontrollable numbers isn't really fair to me.
Oh,
yeah, I feel that. I think you should be able to sell your hats if you no longer want them, because at the end of the day, you got them. It's your decision what you do with them. My stance is just that I don't think we should be gatekeeping these from anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone should have access to them. Fashion Shores is definitely going to be a part of this game down the line. As it is with any MMO, right? Fashionscape and RuneScape was massive.
Yeah.
Like, hell, even in Elder Scrolls Online, like a lot of stuff was fashion oriented. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it is.
People make their characters and have an identity.
It is tricky, as you're saying, V. It's like, yeah, I have the green and gold set up because it's Australian, but and I look like a weird elf thing. It's quite funny, but the hat really sells it. You are right, and there's two sides of it, because I do think that it is. This is the thing that's been going on in MMOs for a very, very long time. This isn't like the most recent battle pass or whatever. This is something that's going on since the 2000s in rewarding your online player base with subscription. Like you're rewarding you're encouraging them to keep playing. Their loyalty. You reward them for that, and that's a good thing. I think that is a good thing to do. But you're right in that it does. The more you reward loyalty, the more you quote punish, or people will feel punished, whether you intend it or not. That's how they will feel for missing out, and it's really tricky to balance.
A system that would work very well, in my opinion, would be something like with Counter-Strike Operations, where it's kind of like an "I was here" type of emblem. Like, just give me an Xmas 24 coin or badge on my account, so I can say, "Look, Christmas 2024." I was here, I partook in the event, I played the game, I was cool. And then people who weren't there, you snooze, you lose, you don't get the badge. But that's not a cosmetic on your character.
Yes, you can still get the cosmetic.
And there's no way you can see any of the badges you missed. I don't want to be able to know what I missed.
Oh, yeah. It's like I think WoW does that for achievements, right? Where you have archive achievements or legacy achievements or something like that, where it's like they don't give achievement points. They're not worth anything, and they're not worth 100% completion, but they still exist. So that's a good thing as well. Yeah, the great ones. You aren't cool enough. You'll never get this ever again. That's like an immediate quit out moment for many people, including me. So I feel you there.
Great. At that point, I feel like I'm being punished for not playing the game 7 years ago when I did not even know the game existed. And I'm like, what do you want from me at this point, you know?
Yeah, I'm sorry I lived under a rock. Nobody came and grabbed me and told me about it.
No, I thought the game was bad and dead. I didn't think people would actually play it.
I didn't think it'd have something I wanted.
I form my opinions based on other YouTubers. I don't do it myself. I go on the Steam discussion forums. Don't go on the Steam discussion forums.
That place is a cesspool.
Back to Easter. So what do you guys think? So let me go find Samuel's tweet real quick.
I'm a guy who has been screaming from the rooftop, give me bunny ears. I'll accept it if I have to collect 1,000 billion pairs of bunny ears. I don't even, if it's not just hats, is it just is the key word there? What kind of hats?
I think it'll be a quest. I think we're going, like they said they were working on 2 new quests and one was virtually done. I think we're gonna have an Easter quest, which is it's more than just gaining hats
That's a
from
bold
XP over
statement.
time. I think that's what they're gonna go for. We're just gonna have like a seasonal storyline type of thing where like, oh, the Easter bunny came to Adothria or whatever. And we got to help them out, like run the egg factory. I don't know, something like that. And then the rewards we're just going to get from partaking in the activities there.
Mm-hmm. I did want to highlight, since before we go into the fan art part of the stream, which we do have, we might as well talk while we're talking about Easter. Bring up Samuel's Easter event design. We have a full bunny suit, bunny ears, and a carrot stick, as well as whatever is going on in this region. We have a dummy thick Easter egg and a little guy sticking his head out top. I have no idea if this is anything to do with Easter, or if it's a hint, or if that's what it's going to be, or if he just drew this on company time and said, hey.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
I do remember, I don't have the reference, but Samuel did say that there will be not having hundreds of hats. Like once you finish the reward, I think it sounds like you finish the reward, you get the reward. I don't think it's going to be like where you get hundreds of hats you can't get rid of and stuff like that. So that is something that we should expect. And if we don't get that,
all the more reason for it to be a quest.
If I don't, I don't know. I don't. Do you think it's gonna be like, okay, let's go down this quest rabbit hole, pun intended.
Okay.
What do you think is like a limited quest, or do you think it's gonna one that's stay in the game and it's gonna have a limited reward for being a part of the event? Yeah.
I think there's very much an argument like, what do I think it is versus what do I hope it is?
Yes. What do you hope it is?
Because what I hope it is I hope we get a seasonal quest that returns next year, either in an updated form, but the content should be accessible down the line.
Yeah.
Because just like with cosmetics, I feel like quest content, like, you worked hard on it, you made this, put it in the game, and like, even if it's not permanently accessible for players, I think everyone should get an opportunity to experience that content like down the line.
Yeah.
What I think it will be is we're going to see a page taken from RuneScape's Easter events from the early 2000s, where it's going to be a seasonal story type quest thing that's not going to return. That's what I think, but I hope I'm wrong on that.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell me to collect 1,000 eggs and get a bunny costume or an egg costume. My choice.
Send Pip, go collect 1,000 eggs, and then you can have a choice from an Easter bunny costume or an egg costume.
And do you want to be an egghead or a bunny boy?
Is Breadman an egghead or a bunny boy?
Breadman would be an egghead, but Simpip would be a bunny boy.
Got it.
I can already smell the e-dating on this game.
Oh my god, yeah, it smells rancid. I hate it.
I can't wait for Fen Fest.
It's been going since the beginning. I don't think you understand how much I've made out with Sanhai or Twisty behind the leather stall specifically.
Yeah, this is great. So what I remember reading from Samuel is that we have a event. We will have a reward that you can earn, or rewards that you can earn, and there will not be duplicates, and there will be community engagement, because I really liked that, and I think that having 100% agree with that. If we can have more of the community and social engagement, that was so cool. Walking down Eel Street or whatever it is, between the kitchen and the alchemist, that everyone was just trading there, swapping hats. It's so cool. It was like the 2000s again. It was awesome.
I was one of those people. I was standing there screaming about hats in the street for sure. Every time my mom got a duplicate, she would message me, and I would go to Stone Street with one of my duplicates, trade it for one she needed, and go trade her. Because she didn't like to talk to people. She's shy.
So if you don't mind asking, how old's your mom?
My mom is 50, but might I add, my grandma has a character level 3 called Mima. She played the tutorial and said, I'm done with that one.
She plays other games then? Like you have a 3 generation?
She plays like Farmville.
I thought you were
Am
gonna say
I
Fortnite.
Right? Oh God, no. But she is 70, so I have my 50-year-old mom and my 70-year-old grandma also both play Shores, and then my 20-year-old cousin.
That's so
awesome.
cool.
So does your mom, like, I have a friend the reason I'm getting into this because I have a friend who's like got a generation of, like, his parents got him into mud MMOs when they were like before they ever knew what an MMO was. So he's like core, like, OG MMO player because he was raised on muds, and his parents were playing them. So, like, do you have that experience? Like, did your mom play like RuneScape and stuff? Or
mom did not get. I got mom into games like this.
Okay,
Mom really likes Animal Crossing. Dad and I were like Xbox gamers back when I was growing up. Like, I've been playing video games since I was 3 years old on the PlayStation. I was playing like Bugs Bunny, Lost in Time. And my dad and I would play when I was 5. Conflict Desert Storm came out, and that was a really fun shooter with a lot of cool mechanics.
Yeah.
So they really got me into video gaming. And then I went to a babysitter daily from the time I was almost a newborn to I was like 10 when we stopped going, like if we weren't in school, but my parents had to work type of days.
Yeah.
But her grandson was 20, and I played a lot of video games with him as well. Against him, like competitive games, like Lost Kingdoms. We'd fight each other, and just all sorts of fun things. And he never let me win. Like chess, he never let me win a single game. I was a child. Not once did he let me win. I had to earn every victory, but I beat him in every game we ever played together.
Yeah, that's the best. What about you, V? Sorry to get sidetracked. I really love hearing about this. So
I got into video games because of my grandma, which is really cool, and it's kind of like very dear to me because when I was 4 years old, my grandma started me on Sesame Street on Windows 98, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
And then when I was 5 years old, we moved straight into Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine because that's what she was playing. I played King's Quest: Mask of Eternity, Alone in the Dark. I have the boxes for those games downstairs, and they're like this big, and they require like 28 megabytes of RAM or something. It's crazy. But she got me into video games, and then when I think I was 10 or 11, I showed her RuneScape. She played it like a metric shit ton, and ended up surpassing my account in like no time because I was going to school, right, and she was just sat there at home. Sadly, my grandpa had passed away, so she had oceans of time, and she played a lot of RuneScape, and sadly, she's no longer in a state where she is able to play games right now. Constantly,
her account is OG Mima is what her account's name is. So
now she's
Mima is 4 letters long. I don't know what like she's got. Doesn't have the hashtag and anything like that.
Nice.
She's closing in on 90 years old at this point. So that she might not be around for very much longer. But I'm cherishing the time I have, and mainly cherishing the times we had because she's also not as lucid anymore. So
yeah.
But yeah, that was that's a core memory very dear to me. But she got me into video games, and I'm extremely proud of that.
Yeah, I love freaking MMOs. I grew up on them as well. It's so good. That's mostly it. So we with the Easter stuff as well. And
that drawing right there, that's mostly it.
This is it. This is it. This is it. This is what we're getting. This is what we're getting. Actually, it's
not collecting hats. It's a painting you can hang on your wall.
Play your own house.
In your own house.
Infirmary. Hell, we can hang it up in the infirmary because that's
I go there.
I
go to the infirmary all the time.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Fan art. This Brighter Shores rap. I can't play it.
Cabbage Man, let's go.
Yeah, Cabbage Man made a because he's a music creator, right? I'm not gonna play this on stream because it's pretty. It's like rage music, right? So it's kind of
I love it. I'm all for it.
It's awesome. It's so awesome. Go check this out. So he's a music creator and he's been doing it for a really long time, and then that's why he's like got all this editing and stuff for Cabbage Man. So cool, so cool. And then we have a mini map from Esther. She's been going.
Esther, let's go.
She's been still going with the one a day thing. She's in Hope Forest now. She looks like this is like I couldn't tell you. It's like a dial or a plate, is what I first thought it was. But I bet she'll probably be.
It looks
answering
like a
in
compass
chat.
dial.
Yeah, I think she'll probably answer in chat. She's watching. This is the one of the bear mini map zone. It looks like it's a circle gauge. That's what she says. I'm gonna pretend I know what that is.
Yeah, me too.
Or it's a drawing compass. It makes circles. There you go. Excellent.
I do know what that is then.
I do know what that is.
So smart.
Not pretend. Seriously.
Incredibly talented. It's so cool to see. I'm sorry if I missed any of the other fan art.
Yeah, didn't even upvote it, Tell.
I don't use Reddit.
I sent you some fan art.
Tell.
I'm not putting that
Using
on
people's
stream.
content on your podcast, not upvoting it.
That's true. I'm celebrating people's content. I'm not using people's content. Let's
That's rough, Tell.
be clear.
Rough.
We do have. So what I've done as well, I didn't get the page ready because I only just did it like less than 24 hours ago. So you will have to bear with me. I created a letter to the editor. And what it's actually not a letter to the editor. It's actually called message in a bottle. And I made a way for people who, if you're in the Tales Tribe Discord, you can submit a private, you can write an quote letter to the to a bottle, and you can throw it to C, and then I'll collect it, and then we can put it on stream and have a quick chat about it. It might be regarding a specific content update. It might be regarding a story that you have. It might be anything like that, or feedback, or something that you want to tell a fan, anything like that. Anything you want to share, just share it. I might not be able to share everything. You might be extremely vulgar and terrible. I don't know. I might just not like you. There's all sorts of reasons, but I will post it. And unless you sign it, I will keep it anonymous best I can.
They might not pick favorites, but we do.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
but I wanted to give an opportunity for people to have their voice on the podcast. This is a community-focused podcast, so I wanted to have more people to have the opportunity to have their voice on it. So you can now submit a quote like letters to the messages to the bottle, and then we'll take a look at them. I have two, which we'll do now, and one we'll get to when we get to the guest for today. I didn't write this myself. I promise. This is anonymously signed. I've been an avid viewer of all the podcasts. They are great. Really enjoyed this one. Every guest, it's a great thing which exists for the community. Plenty of other creators out there putting tons of effort, loads of effort. And I just wanted to say that whilst interest in the game is not as highest right now, have faith and don't burn yourself out. The content I see is amazing. And I hope all of you are able to keep going for a long time and see the payoff you all deserve. Smiley face.
It's so wholesome.
That's very wholesome. That's so sweet. And I didn't write it myself.
That is very sweet.
I think this is bigger than just creators. I think this goes for everyone. I think it's all very much play the game at your own pace. Have a good time with it, you know? Don't burn yourself out on it.
Don't burn yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced burned out with I think everybody has at one point for this game. And it's quite addicting, and it gets its claws into you, but don't burn yourself out because there's a lot more to come. Yeah,
there's a lot of positivity in the background that you guys that not everyone sees. Like for example, like a lot of the community doesn't see. So for example, like Cabbage Man's my best example because he has a lot of passion for the game, the community and stuff like that, and all the friends he's made alongside the game. He talks about all the time, and it's like he says it's really helped him grow as a person, and like all the people he's made, friends and he's made along the way. Unironically, it's been really great for him. So there's all sorts of stuff like that. I get messages like that all the time. So I'm giving a way for people to be able to share it out if you so desire, and you can not give your name if you're a little bit shy, because I know a lot of people. A lot of guests I can't get on like for 500 and stuff because they're a bit shy and it's a bit the pressure, and I completely understand that it's a lot, but this is focused on the game and the community, so I wanted to make sure everyone has a voice.
I know somebody hitting their second 500 soon, but would rather not mention who.
Fair enough.
Just because they prefer to keep it quiet. But I'm still proud of them.
Opt out. Opt-outer. Yeah, it's good.
I think this community is extremely wholesome, and I hope it stays that way when trading makes its way into the game.
Oh, I don't think it'll go away necessarily. I think that if we can keep reinforcing the positivity and stuff like this, a lot of the streams and stuff, the negativity that exists, but most of them usually congregate in their own Discord, where they kind of fester and like get really hateful towards
there's this
Fen Research and all sorts of stuff. But that's kind of like just how the cookie crumbles.
There's this concept in MMOs which is called the personal gain problem, which basically means that like in MMOs there's a lot of ways for people to improve their own characters, their own progress at the expense of someone else's, which is, for example, in RuneScape, you see that through scamming, luring, that kind of stuff. I hope that when trading comes into this game, we as a community can all unite and just stay as wholesome and as loving as we are now. And not resort to those kinds of
somebody
things.
that just run and rocks for them. They have my number.
well, on that, Fen Research's position and Andrew's position is he hates scammers. He hates cheaters. He hates them. So like even that enforcement from the developers of the game itself will help keep that alive. So luring and stuff and scamming and stuff should be reportable, and you'll get in trouble for it. So
I just think we have a great thing going, and I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
I do too.
We do have time for our guest, which we will bring on now.
Let's go.
So bear with me. We'll get him up. Psychotic. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. I am pretty good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Welcome to the podcast. Let's talk about your Psychotic achievement, which is number 1, number 2, 2,000 combat.
Yep.
Now, did you
finally have the voice?
Rank 2, was it, or?
Rank 2, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And you're like best friends with rank 1, so you basically share the position in you. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yes.
So there's a story behind that too. So, but yeah. So 2,000 combat is an insane achievement. Let's talk about why you chose combat to start.
So originally, I've had a group of IRL friends start on day 1, and we had a little concept of kind of like group Iron Man. So people would gather, people would fight, people would collect stuff, and then we would wait for trade to happen. And yeah, but they all quit for some reason.
That was such a happy story till that part.
That's what I wanted to do.
So she angrily killed every creature in the Exothria and got 2,000 combat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Revenge. I love a good revenge story.
Yeah.
Checks out. Very psychotic thing to do.
This is for my friends.
Now,
Psychotic.
I will say, was Misty one of your friends? Misty is the person who got rank 1 combat and 2,000 combat alongside with you, I believe, on the same day. You KP'd like right after each other. Yeah. Tell me about.
Yep.
Were you friends before, or did you kind of make that friendship as you guys were? You would have seen each other all the time, I assume.
Yeah, so we've crossed paths multiple times earlier in the grind, and I believe I was rank 3 in Minefighter at the time, and she's kind of noticed that I've been going to do other combat professions.
Yeah.
And so we just struck up a conversation, kind of at each other, and from there it just moved on. And we're just discussing usual things like IRL things and how it feels to be doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And she told me, I want rank 1. I want to be able to screenshot it. And I said, you know what? If we're in a 20 level difference when the time comes,
This is ages ago?
you can get it. This was a month ago, maybe.
Wow. That's really cool.
Mhm.
Well,
Because all I wanted
mhm.
is, sorry,
Yeah, you're right.
all I wanted was to have just combat prepared for group content like group PvE or maybe PvP, and
Okay, well.
my cryo is done, and I'm currently working on my Guardian.
You're doing it again.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. What are you going to do next is always my first question, and I'm doing it again. What do you mean? Is the best answer I've ever
I've achieved everything I ever wanted. What are you going to do? I'll do it again.
Username X out again.
So, Mr.
So here is Weedcat.
Weedcat.
This is my secondary. This is my soon-to-be protege of Psychotic, I hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And ultimately, I just want to be able to have the option to help people in group PvE.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
That'll be very cool with raids.
Yeah, hopefully there's a syncing in some kind of syncing, because you might end up being too strong or something. But we'll see how it goes, especially if you have multiple ults at multiple level ranges. But you're not entirely alone in this episode. I mean, so what I've got here,
I'm thankful for that. I really am.
Because what I have.
If I'm doing this alone, then Psychotic, being called Psychotic, would really hit home. Like, it really would. So I'm glad there's other people in the chat.
Yes. There's other people in chat, but which is, me and Sidpep and myself, which is a talking frog. But also we actually have a really big message from Misty, who was not able to make the podcast. She lives in a time zone that is not comfortable where to visit, so she's never actually managed to catch them. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm going to scroll through it and people can read through it as they go. Basically, she had a little bit of a wish that we could do this, and I'm going to facilitate that because she worked really, really hard on the number 1 combat goal.
Mm-hmm.
So TLDR is whatever he ends up paraphrasing. So I asked you why you did go for max combat, and I did get that answer from Misty as well. She likes the bonky semi-AFK-ness of combat and wanted to max something and get the experience of what it felt like. So this kind of ties into your number 1, right? Where she wanted to get number 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not set in concrete either, because Stonemore coming up, there's going to be the race again, and I'm going to be really excited.
Oh,
that's cool. The funnest thing. It's the first leaderboard that has been maxed that's not set in concrete.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
That's true.
As well as prepping my character for future endgame bosses, raids, and crew PvE content, kind of like-minded there. It quickly escalated as it was unpopular, and then a hidden category that you guys made up before the merge, before it came official. A shout out to Variety MMOs who may be curious about leaderboards. It escalated fast from I want level 500 to I want to max firefighter because it's unpopular, because I want rank 1 combat, and then a joint world first rank 1 max combat, which I think in Misty's mind it's just going to be joint forever, regardless of who got it first or whatever. Which is
it is the world's first max combat.
You're shared, yeah. You're not rank 2. You're rank 1 with me. I'm like, You can read, right? It's rank 2. It's clearly there. You don't need to be guilty.
You guys KP'd under 30 seconds apart, like within 30 seconds of each other, and you both waited.
Yeah.
So
that's adorable. It's like a love
I mean,
story.
technically,
a murdery
Psychotic,
combat love story.
technically, Psychotic actually reached like being 1 KP off before Misty did. So she explicitly
have the
waited for
advantage
Misty to be
here.
able to KP it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there was a problem with the enemy mobs, right? Where yours was you had a benefit, but she didn't for the last 12 levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 1990 blobs, weak to cryo. I got from 1987 to 1999 within 4 hours, I believe.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yep.
Yeah. And so everyone didn't, if just in case everyone didn't, for people who didn't know, what happened was even though they were 500 all in the combat pre-merge, the way that the merge worked is there's 4 1 to 20 ranges in the pre-merge, but there's only 1 to 20 range in the post-merge. So what happened was
Which I hate.
which they hit
Oh my god, Sky.
2000 and then they dropped 12 levels because of that difference of experience. Or was it 12?
So I'd like to bring up something.
Yeah.
Sky said in the chat, so Sky, shout out to Sky. I get picked on a lot because I don't know if you have me on screen.
I do
Can you
not.
bring me up?
I can't right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So both in Psychotic and Weed Cat, I have 0 knowledge points for passives.
Wow. So
I
you've never passived it.
You're cooked.
never.
Cooked. Completely cooked.
Do you sleep?
I do.
Like how do you sleep at night?
She sleeps like this, clicking combat.
So it's quite humid in the summer, and I find that like I get really tired, I go to sleep, I slump over, but then I get really warm, and then I need to go to the bathroom. I'm already up. Let's just go.
That's fair. I respect that. If nature calls me, I get on the shores too immediately. But
Yes,
I feel it necessary.
also
Like my brain won't
trying
let me
to-
not unlock a passive.
Mm-hmm.
No, that I feel that you have to unlock it.
I have literally no skills in any other, like, no levels, so I have the bare minimum to get through all the episodes, and that's it.
Yeah. Tell me, what order did you get your 500s before the merge?
Okay, so I saw that Mindfighter at the time didn't have any 500s. I believe the player bot is above me was very close, but there was quite a gap between.
The
so
player
I thought,
named
okay,
Bot?
yeah,
Was
a
he a
player
bot?
named Bot is above me.
Bot is above me. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember him.
So he wasn't 500, but he was rank 1, and he was on the way there at the time.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, watch person is quite full. There's a lot of 500s there. I don't want to go there. I just want to get an early number. So I went for Mindfighter. Then I went for Scout. Then I went for Guard, and then lastly, Watchwoman.
So just based on kind of like the popularity of the skills?
I don't know.
Just vibes?
Okay, so I thought at the time, so I've been killing a lot of mobs in Mindfighter, and they've just been dropping secondaries, right? So I'm like, I'm poor. I need more potions. You guys aren't doing it for me. So I was thinking the lack of secondary drops at
Watch
Hope
person.
Forest?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Hope Forest, yeah. Would have kind of cushioned the
Yeah.
The,
And then watch person's all
all the
dens.
dens,
So
yep.
although I don't think you probably
Yeah.
didn't do dens, right?
No, I did 0 dens.
Yeah,
None.
yeah. So your account's just completely cooked. So everyone's like, oh, I can't do dens because I don't get a combat experience. It's so nerfed. You're like, my detective level is 6. I've never done a den. I will never get combat experience for dens. Shut up.
Built different. It's just, people complaining about their combat XP through dens. You can see what the
about
pros are
max?
doing.
To
Yeah.
address Zedge, how much gold do they get doing combat? I'd wager it's about the same as what one would get at rank at combat level 1000.
Yes.
So yeah.
The difference. So for combat, when you max it at level 1000, the items value and the silver you get from enemies do cap out. It does not scale infinitely up to 2000. So is it 950 or 1000 that it caps?
950, 1000. Oh, I'm not sure.
Not sure. I was doing some testing. I couldn't tell if it was 950 or 1000. The reason I say it's 950 is because if you're level 000 you actually get put to scaled 950. So I expected it maybe to be there or 1000 just for round number's sake. But that's where your gold stops. I don't know if they'll change that in the future. They might increase it a little bit just to keep up with the other professions.
Stonewall, yeah.
Yeah, but it does cap at 1000. And you said like what, a couple of gold an hour? Usually the most professions at highest is like 4 gold an hour or so.
Roughly that.
Kind of fair. I
am the person to just do it. I don't think.
You don't think, you murder.
And whatever I get. Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
I rely on other people's math to kind of get that data.
I asked Misty this. So Misty did watch person first. It looks like filled in most of the watch person phase to get with Dragon Girl, on the wiki. Missy's the opposite. She's full on numbers mode, always adding to the wiki, doing all sorts of stuff while grinding. So like good on, like super appreciative of that. Got a crazy calculator all the time. You're the brawn?
No, I'm the dumb.
I'm just the dumb.
I'm the cat that just like pokes at anything that moves.
Did some Chronopolis stuff. The spiky ballroom is a pain in the ass. I think everyone hates that room.
Andrew, please.
What's wrong with it now? What's wrong with it now?
Walk through it.
There's no secondary room, and the character is more than like
the amount of balls
for the ratio of 1 to 2. Like, it ruins everything.
1 player, 2 balls. Keep it simple. None of this 1.5 balls business.
Sometimes the jokes just write themselves.
Yep.
I don't even need to bully you this time, Sally. You just did it yourself.
Wait, why are you bullying me?
No, me.
I'm not you.
You're
Remy,
good.
I would never bully you. Come on now.
Never been bullied.
Bully everyone equally.
Listen, every single section of Misty's document has shout outs. I don't know if I'm going to read them all out, but if you see your name on screen, you will see it. Mindfighter, she did next. Chose to max it because of the unpopularity, which is similar to you. Nat was really close friends with Nat. Remy as well. Looks like you were close to the total effort.
Oh my god. The race with Scout versus Nat. Holy fuck. I got smoked.
Oh,
Nat
okay.
Is something else. Nat is something else.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Nat.
I feel like you three, it's like Remy, Nat, or Psychotic, Nat, and Misty. You guys are like just a little group.
Little trio.
Just like a little tree of hardcore, insane gaming.
Never sleep, always kill. That's just the way it works.
We'll perk each other from time to time.
Manic murder machines.
And then looks like she did guard and then scout last.
Oh, yes.
Where she hung out with Sully and Hester and stuff like that.
Shout out to Hester.
She said that her worst moment was the Arboret immunity wall at 450 to 490 for Scout, which doesn't exist anymore, but that'll be pretty rough. Probably every time you go through a Hope Forest, you might swing past that immunity wall. I think everyone gets affected by their own immunity though.
Shout out That's Pepperoni,
Yes.
Ripper Angel, Benevan,
Yeah.
all these
yeah.
people.
Yeah, made lots of
Envy.
friends. When you're standing there in combat zones all day, I feel like people walk past you all the time. Like, oh look, you're still here,
Yeah.
huh? You're still here.
That's how I became friends with Pepperoni.
Yeah.
I kept dying every time I went
Is
back.
Pepperoni on
like
the way?
hours later, Pepperoni was there. Yeah, Pepperoni's heading there. He's gonna be third. I hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pepperoni.
We're still gonna get no
week
hammer
we'll get it.
mages at 2000.
Good.
Yes!
Good.
Yep, Guardian.
Good.
It's all Crier and Guardian.
It's
Love
funny
it.
because
Like the
Guardians are the lowest amount of the lowest amount of people play Guardian, and yet we've got the biggest grinders. We have variety.
We said we're the
who's
best fighters. Like we've always said we're the
Yes,
best.
so Guardian at this very moment is the current DPS meta.
Let's go. That's why we got
I'm
the
not
best.
joking.
Guardian is
This is why.
faster
This is
with a
why
Guardian than
I'm
anything
rolling
else.
a Guardian right now.
Sorry, V.
I just
Using
love
a
how
Truckian
the,
on a Guardian is faster than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs
played
to
all
Jimmy as a bot as
three.
well.
Factions. Like I have a different character each faction. I know.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
know. I deleted 2 of them. This is my 5th character.
Aw.
Sorry, V. You were saying?
I personally love how the hammer mages were the loudest from the moment the game came out. They're
Oh,
like hammer
right.
mages on top. If you're not a hammer mage,
Oh
are
my
you even
God.
playing the game? And where are
That's
you guys now?
'cause if
Where you at?
like
Nobody
Hammer, you
Nobody
scream
knows
Hammer.
nobody knows what your high level capes look like. I mean, we know from like concept art, but we haven't seen them in game because
Unfortunate.
want to
I know.
buy high level hammer mage. I'm looking.
I like to think Jimmy as a bot is the idol for hammer mages in combat. I
Yeah.
reckon.
Well, he's got the
Yeah.
same vibes, right? Hammer mage for life. Like that's same. That's Jimmy as a bot, right? So same vibes, but he's the only one who's stuck with the game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just hammer mage is just like it's
Yeah.
very where are you guys at? You gotta step it up.
So it's like your opinion's pretty important on this. I'd say I'd weigh it pretty highly. What's your
I don't
thoughts?
know.
What's your thoughts on? I haven't asked the question yet.
Sorry.
I'm just checking.
Now you know how it feels, Tel.
What do you think of the combat rework?
Okay, so I'm indifferent. I've been thinking about this since the podcast has started and you guys have kind of had your little discussion. So being at the very pinnacle when combat rework was established, I've only had 4 hours on my main to kind of like make a
Okay.
decision on it.
And obviously you didn't have time to play the beta because you're too busy winning.
Didn't really, yeah. I couldn't have a fair assessment. I really couldn't.
Okay.
So I reckon if you give me a bit of time to reach 800 on my Guardian, I can give you a fair assessment. Because right now I'm a little bit indifferent.
I just need a week. I just need a week.
Something
And I'll
else
play a
gonna say
week.
like what tomorrow or
It's
something.
different.
Call you tomorrow. I'll
It
tell
is
you about
different.
it.
What
I mean,
used
like-
to be the meta for grinding has definitely changed. We get penalized a lot more.
Yeah.
So we're kind of having to struggle with the mobs. Like I hate fighting these mobs.
I find that it's a
Oh.
little bit more punishing, but you get more rewarded for using better gear, and you do get more rewarded for like if you're able to craft and trade, it would be better. And it's kind of setting us up for that. Right now, it's a little bit awkward,
Right.
like we were saying earlier, whereas if you don't have the gear, if you can't access the quartermaster, like if you're free to play, I see a couple of reports all the time on this. If you're free to play and your gear's underleveled, the only way to climb back up is to fight stuff underleveled and like change mob and change skin and keep going because you don't have access to Cran, and there's no way to buy gear.
Right.
I really think the quartermaster is important to sell some at least guard gear, and then once we get access to the ability to trade with people, to get armorer, I think it'll improve. And then on top of that, we have active as well, specs, which will come in part 2. So I think it's tough for now,
good.
but I think it will vastly improve. We've set up for success. We're set up for success.
I started a new character when the combat update came out, and my biggest complaint is that level 1 to 20 is all the port, and level 20 is the first mob in the forest. So it feels like when you get to the forest, you fight 5 times as much as you were fighting.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't hate that because it kind of like let's get you through the hard part. This is what the game feels like.
No, this
Let's
is the
get you-
port, and the forest is harder. Like it's supposed to be hard. It
Yeah.
feels harder. It
Oh, you
does.
say you like it?
But-
Yeah. No, yeah.
But it makes
the grind.
me. Yeah, just like I would rather go to level. I would rather get all the way through before I have to fight for 8 hours to actually get through.
Yeah.
I think the rates will speed up a lot once we get special attacks in the skill tree and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I think because we got 2 phases to the combat rework, right? And obviously, they're not going to rework phase 1 of the rework when phase 2 comes out. So I think the framework we have now is very much like in XP per hour and stuff like that. It's reliant on having access to skill trees and having access to special attacks down the line,
Yeah.
which are going to make us a lot more powerful altogether. So I think that when phase 2 comes into the game, I think we'll see a massive shift where XP per hour for combat is going to rise. Like, I think it's going to be pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
When they made the announcement that they were actually going to be doing it in 2 phases, I took 2 weeks off. I stopped playing. I was
Okay.
like,
Oh,
no.
really?
Oh, because you were really excited for the changes.
I was
right?
really excited for
Yeah,
perk
yeah, yeah.
trees. I was so
Yeah.
fucking. And so they announced that was the cool part wasn't coming till later, and it
Yeah.
had already been like a month. I was done.
Yeah, no,
Okay, but
I've taken breaks from that too, and like we've said, sorry, V. When I was really excited for trees too, they'll come. I'm just biding my time.
Yep. Not biting my tongue and biting my time, but I was angry.
Yeah.
I'm kind of considering the same thing, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm. You take a break. You that's
Yeah,
I'll
take
take a break
It's
when I
okay.
hit.
Let us catch
I'll
up.
go 800,
Mhm.
and then I'll see how brutal it is, and then I'll take a break.
yeah.
What, no third character?
No, I
Yeah.
don't want
I mean,
to.
you can do a second Cryo Knight. I mean, we have 2 factions in the game and 1 like Playmobil faction.
Why would I want to cry?
Well, why not? We have like 2.5 factions in the game, and half a faction doesn't get to 2,000 clearly. So
I kind of want to wait until like they release.
Half
any
of
more
faction's
factions.
too busy hitting rocks together.
I did want to.
they're still in the Stone Age. They haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I did actually. I just remembered something. I've named the podcast something that I didn't bring up during our news segment, and it was really important. It's and it kind of goes into this as well with the whole development stuff. The team is expanding with 4 new developers and 2 new artists.
Yeah.
They're hiring as of next Tuesday, and this last week they've been working on tons of stuff that isn't the game that will accelerate the growth in the future. And yeah, this is kind of sidetracking, sorry, but we have. So what happened was we have the off. So first of all, last couple of weeks they've been doing the Online Safety Act, which that has actually taken a ton of time and resources away from the team. They've spent 16 weeks working on it. Their document is like 1,000, unironically, over 1,000 pages long that they're supplying to the UK government. This is the reason that we have AI chat filter. This is the reason that we have leaderboards opt out, and we have all the features that we do. It is a really crazy UK law. I've spoken with other people, residents of the UK who work in legislation and stuff. They say it's probably not going to be as aggressive as this. This is kind of how the UK does stuff. But in Andrew's position, they just kind of went crazy with all the work, and it's been driving them insane. This is done. They've been working on this for ages. It's slowed development for ages. It's done. It's over with.
Oh, thank Christ.
As of today.
Yeah, you're better safe than sorry.
It is over with. They don't need to deal with it much anymore, and they can focus on development, including Andrew and James, which is the head kind of programmers. They don't need to focus on that crap anymore. On top of that,
fresh air.
over the last few days, they've been moving into a new office. They've got 6 new desks all set up and stuff like that. Samuel set it up himself.
I thought they were going to make the new guys stand. Damn.
No. Well, I think they got standing desks and everything because it's all very bougie over there. They do take care of their guys. And on top of that, so that the new office will be set up on Monday, and they're hiring 4 developers and 2 artists. And I think they will hire very quickly, because I think as soon as Andrew Gower himself says, "Hey, I need a developer," every hand's going to shoot up in the UK.
All of Jagex is scrambling right now.
Like everyone's dusting off their resumes. Like
we don't say the J word here.
Just
yeah.
open up an application. Says, I don't know. Read the resumes. What do you want?
So this is why, you know, we will hopefully like see the trading and the quests and the combat rework. This is the stuff that I'm really excited for. It will come. Super
Hopefully
excited.
episode 5 comes this year. At this rate.
I 100% expect episode 5 this year. I will eat my words on that. I'm setting the expectation now. Sorry.
I need
Samuel.
episode 5 before someone maxes.
I'm personally expecting in July/August, with the original roadmap being 6 months in early access, and then basically being slowed down by the COSI Act, which is brutal.
Yeah.
And then also the combat rework, like chipping in on top of that. If we look at how long the delay has roughly been,
It's been like
assuming the rest of the roadmap is intact, Stonemont should be July/August, I think.
fully agree with that.
On
And
my birthday.
it'll be on your birthday exactly. And I also believe that we'll see Stonewall before we see PvP. Just so you know.
I'm not sure on that, honestly.
That's my position.
It feels like everything with the combat rework led into them getting ready to do PvP next.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, wasn't the original like order that they said they were going to be doing it was now we get 2 more new quests, then trading, then PvP, then Stonewall. Wasn't that? And then obviously Easter like kind of like slides in.
I could have sworn that exact order you're talking about was trading. 2 quests, trading, episode like combat rework, episode 5 PvP. I could have sworn it was that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
I consider PvP to be phase 3 of the combat rework.
Yeah. So and every time they've done it in between phase 1, they've done stuff. Phase 1 done stuff. Phase 2 done stuff. Phase 3 that done stuff will be.
I think phase 1 event quests, phase 2 trading, phase 3 episode 5.
Look, whichever order we're going to be getting it in, we're going to be getting at least the combat stuff, right? We're getting betas.
Yes.
So make sure you get your testing shoes on, hop in there, do your testing. No, Simpip say no, but I think
until they offer you an incentive, don't help them. Don't test their game until they offer you something to test it.
Okay. Oh my God. All right, Simpip, here's your incentive. You should test it, because if they don't let you test it and then they get it, in your opinion, quote quote, wrong,
it's your fault.
You're going to be complaining about it.
It's also your fault.
Hear me out.
Just
if
test
people don't,
if people don't launch their update, had to do a hotfix the next day.
If people don't like combat beta, I'm going to link them this video, this timestamp, and I'm going to point at you and say it's your fault.
No, but genuinely, how would you have felt if the crime dens would have released in the state that they first appeared in the closed beta? So that's with absolutely abysmal XP because they had a bug, double 10% nerf on them. I don't know, would have been pretty rough. Probably would have been pissed even more about the crime den XP rates.
Put it on. Decided that, you know what, leave it off afterwards. But like they didn't keep the beta going for long enough then. I don't know. I still have a problem with it somewhere.
It was also a long time coming. So I think the next ones will be. Anyway.
I think the betas are highly valuable because they're going to make sure that the content is going to be the highest quality it can be, and the chances of them getting it right the first time round, thus like shortening the roadmap length, or rather not adding length to it, is going to be increased, and that's going to be very good.
Get it done right once. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't keep fumbling.
Yeah.
Like,
I think don't try to use the betas to find exploits, but try to use it to actually report bugs and the problems to the developers.
That's a great idea.
We'll all be good to go.
Wow. That's what most of us were doing. Yeah. I mean,
find exploits and then you just present it to the staff.
I mean, there is a reason that we only found out about the mind potion thing like a day before the update. Most of us were pretty seriously testing, and then someone came along and was, look, guys, I can make money. And it got ruined.
That side tangent over there. Sorry about that. But we have the Misty's thoughts on the combo work. She likes it a lot. It's overall positive, and slightly scared to move to phase 2. It won't matter. Phase 2 won't matter to Misty because she's already got 2,000 combat, so she's not going to fight anything. That's my opinion.
To make a second account, you know.
Vegas. Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even consider that. I can hear her killing stuff now. The combat rework Maybe deliberate focus on combat more just to see how Fen would deal with it. They play with the Baldrick's Armory. The same faction get the same stock per rotation with their item level scaled slightly. So maybe it's different for your faction, or but post rework Baldrick is very good, which we all definitely found.
Yes.
Quartermaster change is really good. So the bank, but good luck min-maxing your armor resistances. Because I think it's a bit tough to get a 2000 piece, right? From the 2000 mob.
So much like every other mob, they'll have a chance to drop a purple that equates to the same level as the mob, and then epic the same level as the mob. But the exception with the 1990 blob is you will get, instead of 1990, you'll get 2000. So it scales it up.
Oh, is the epic always and the purple always its level?
Always matches the
okay.
level, except
I didn't know
for
that.
the
Okay.
blobs, which
Yeah,
would be
okay.
2k.
Okay, so if you get an epic, it's not going to be level 1995. That would
No,
okay.
not at all.
That's really
In
good.
your face, Mind of Mantaban mains.
Yeah.
Like they said, they're not going to be like devaluing Mind of Mantaban crafting professions, but this might hurt him a little.
No. They'll be fine. They'll be fine because you can still. They said that they wanted to, once they add a bossing and stuff like that, or unique things, they will have crafters have an ability to do something to the gear. I'm sure they have stuff in
Oh,
mind
I
for that.
can't wait.
You're gonna be able to spice it up a little bit. Maybe
goes
sign it, make it worth more.
She goes into the combat formula, which effectively is, as I was saying before, 500 combat is 950 for your first, and then 346 for every 500 after that. And then you're actually missing 12 and a half levels by the end because we're missing those extra 1 to 20s. And and then you ended up grinding that, which was pretty funny. She took her armor off and died to a goblin that was 400 levels below her. So,
Oh, I did too.
it's also going his conspiracy theory about damage numbers. I don't want to do that.
Okay. I kind of want to hear it.
Okay, so I'm gonna sound psychotic, but my theory is that damage is imaginary. Hear me
Okay,
out.
you're wrong.
Hear me out.
You're wrong.
Hear me out. Let me finish.
I'm listening.
But
I
you're
know
So-
wrong.
where you're going, I think.
So
I don't, but I'm ready.
the way that combat works. Give me a second. I gotta pull up my rambles towards Misty here, because we kind of talked about it for a bit. Just to get my thoughts together. Where is this? Misty types a lot. Okay. I think damage is imaginary. I think combat is entirely a smokescreen. This is what I've said. This is my ramblings. So first of all, this is a screenshot of the patch notes from one of the betas. Two-handed weapons were supposed to give faster experience offset by a higher risk of death. Okay, that makes sense. But when you think about this, hear me out. When you think about this, Andrew Gower is the only developer in the world who would say two-handed weapons are supposed to give a faster experience offset instead of just say do more damage. Why did he say experience offset instead of just damage? Any developer would say two-handed weapons are supposed to do more damage, right? You agree with me on that, right? Can we at least agree with that? But then he goes into the offset thing. Okay, the offset thing is just like, oh, well, you kill stuff faster so you get more experience, right? Because experience is how the damage is calculated, not damage itself. It's actually based on the difference between your level and the mob level and the strength difference of your level and the mob level. And that creates a time to kill, which is based around the health points and then the average of the damage. That's where your average damage comes from. It's based on the time to kill. That's why experience changes every time you level up.
Yep.
The time to kill lowers because the average damage goes up, and it's all based around time to kill experience. Because he wants
That's how
the level.
passives work as well.
It exactly, and he wants every level to be roughly 20 to 30 minutes within that margin, based on how much effort you do. Right now, I go into this, so that statement really stuck out to me. 99% of devs would just say damage. He says that. We also know that everything is algorithmic, including the time it takes to level up most activities. I have no evidence on this. This is just a conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Evidence is also because of the new damage capping. Okay, when you kill a lower level enemy, it's the same TTK every time. When you like lower level enemies, they all die at the same pace, right? Within a hit or two. That is another reason that's like how kills are calculated. They've just hit a cap on that, right? Now, so that means the system exists, but also it could be applied to existing combat. Then he writes notes like a programmer all the time. Everything's determined by the time it takes to level. I'd put money combat is the same.
I would
Damage
not
is
be
real.
surprised if that's the case. Everything in this game is balanced so well, so algorithmic. All the levels in the entire game for every single profession have roughly similar time, like per level, in their respective brackets. I don't see why combat would be different.
For the level and bracket thing that we're talking about here, real quick, why is cod at 70 fishing but not cooked until 102? That really bothers me. But yet I can get oyster at 73 and cook it at like 50.
Shit.
That's because we got shafted as fishers.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, you know?
Yep.
The ocean life is a hard life.
Okay.
I'm just salty because of the sea brine. Don't mind me.
Now, anyway, so that's what Misty wanted to out me on that weird thing that I've been talking about. I think damage is obviously real. I think that it's a little bit orchestrated, in my opinion.
It is definitely very orchestrated.
Yeah.
It's a choreographed performance, but at least it feels like the number. Like if I drink now, especially after the update, if I drink a plus 40 potion, I feel genuinely stronger. It feels like it adds out because it does. It adds a minimum of 4.
Yeah, and what I think as well is that kind of goes into the strength variance, because if you look at a 2000 epic, the 2000 epic is only 30 strength or whatever higher than the purple, which is, and the strength level is like 2,500 or something, and you're only adding 30 to that. So it doesn't feel like you're adding a big 10% modifier, but you are, because it's based on the strength difference, which affects your time to kill.
Yep.
I think what it is with combat, just like any other profession, there's this little bracket that you're in, which is how much XP per hour should you be getting at this point. And then any like potions, equipment, armor, weapons, whatever you might have, can add a little bit of variance like to your XP rate, but it's all within a certain margin. And I think that's the way it actually works. So I think like using potions, weapons, and armor will boost your XP rate. Like if you have epics and such, but I think it's only up to a certain degree so that you don't like outpace the intended time per level by too much.
Yes.
I think that's
when it came to combat in this game originally, I was like, I'm going to KP most of this because there's no way I'm going to do the same skill 4 times. Then they announced the update, and I'm like, okay, I'm really just not going to work on combat until the update comes out. Then they announced the cool part of the update isn't coming to high basis, so my combat level's not high.
I wanted
has been.
to ask you a question about that actually, because you mentioned you took a 2-week break when they announced like, hey, phase 2 isn't, or like skill trees and stuff is going to be phase 2. I was really curious because if they had said, okay, we're not splitting it up, but it's going to be another month until we even get the first beta, would you then not have taken a break?
Cool. Fine. Done. I mean, it's not, I would have been okay with that. I would rather it all come at once. I would rather they hit it all onto my plate at once and took in 3 months to do it. They were already taking a really long time anyway.
Yeah, we know why now, and I think that for me it helps that we know why now, and I think that
I wish they would have just told us why.
And that's kind of why I made that video on the OSA law, because
I watched that. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's it adds so much context to like everything for me, and I'm just like, okay, I get it now. Even though, like, I mean, I get they don't want to talk about their private stuff, and I'm basically a pest, but that's me. Can't stop me. So leaderboards, Psychotic. You are not going for more leaderboards. You're just making another account. Is that correct?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think it looks like Misty is going to start. So the same way that you're doing combat for the future. Likely stop caring about ranks after 2,500 or 3,000. But so Misty might push for 3. Oh, she just really want to duo world 1, whatever. She want to rank 1 first. And then I don't know if she'll push 2,500, 3,000. You said you want to race for it, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then future plans, you're making alts and you're racing combat. That's your 100%. Do you have any other future plans?
Yeah, so when Stonewall comes out, I'll drop everything I got on my alt, go straight to the main, and kind of just continue the journey.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Looks like so Missy is gonna switch to Quest Cape. She wants to play Iron Man. You want to play Iron Man too, or are you gonna?
Yeah. No.
No, you're gonna go for
Because I want to be able to
help people.
So group content.
Yeah.
If I get some rare, I want to be able to split. I want to be able to
that's
trade,
fair.
that kind of thing.
Do you play OSRS?
I used to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, is that where you kind of do the splitting stuff?
Well,
Or
I
is
mean,
that
I
You just wanted to
I've
do it
watched my
anyway?
friends kind of play like
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
top tier raids and stuff, and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was never that good.
Should work on their combat calculator, and then just general goals and stuff like that. Definitely the 2,500 cape. You like the 2,500 cape?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't have
looks
it
so
up,
good.
so it is really nice. Now there is one more part of this. This is the second letter to the message in the bottle. This is the second message in the bottle. Misty wrote this. I haven't fully read it myself yet, but she didn't want you to know about it, and I'm gonna read it now. She asked me to.
Misty.
If you paraphrase everything else, I'd like you to read this last part as it is or show it on screen. I could never read this out loud, even if I was able to come on my podcast myself. So I'm going to read this for you at her request, because she worked really, 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 really hard on 2,000 combat, which is a huge goal. Firstly, I'm sorry to everyone
No, it's coming.
who wanted to watch a thrilling rank 1 combat race, but Remy and I hadn't had this planned out a month in advance. Equals 3. Hi, Remy. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. I'll watch it after I wake up, probably towards the end of thing when Tell's signing off. XD. I know you've been also going through a lot of the stuff in the past few months, and it definitely wasn't easy to say the least, not to mention several misunderstandings that thankfully were sorted out fairly quickly. But it's over now. We did it, heart, as close as we could have done given these current circumstances. These last 12 post-rework levels made me feel extremely vulnerable, and I couldn't get rid of the thought that if this was anyone else, they might have took things in a completely different direction. I'm glad it's all over now, and I'm so glad we got to know each other. There's a saying.
So paranoid. Hey, I remember that. Oh my god.
There's a saying that history is written by the victors, and since I'm the one updating the wiki, I'll record it as a tie. So this will eventually go down in Brightest Shores history as the first ever dual world first. Once episode 5 is out and the max level gets increased, there will be a new entry for whoever achieves the new combat max level without changing the previous entries. That way, no one will ever have evidence to say it happened otherwise, except if they watch this podcast. And nobody, not even you, can take this moment away from us, from the game, or the rest of the community. So this is her saying, we're going to say it's duo, and you're going to be like, just say it's you, right? I'm sure you've had this discussion.
Notarized document saying, ha, beat you to it. I'm one step ahead of you.
10 out of 10. We'll do this again for 2,500 if we get another chance. Let's hope actual co-op combat is out by then. If not, we can have another duo party if the opportunity arises, but you can KP the first the next time. Remind me and actively hold this to me or I'll forget. If anyone else would like to do something similar for a future World First, I'm happy to record it on the wiki page as well. The only requirement being that everyone participating in the joint goal says achievements at the same event. I think it's fair. I hope that everyone in the future, if the game does do well and the community gets bigger, that this will send a permanent message to everyone that sometimes it doesn't have to be all about competition and ranks and leaderboards at the end of the day. I think we've both demonstrated that at various points throughout our journey to get here. It's a little bit cliche, but sometimes it really is about the friends we meet along the way, which I said earlier as well.
It is, absolutely.
I know that I, for one, have definitely experienced this firsthand. It may start out It may have started out as an arrangement for rank 1 and 2, an arrangement and honestly I didn't want to do and was actively trying not to resort to, but it turned into something much bigger. Thanks again for getting dual rank 2K for combat with me, Remy. It was the best ending I could have hoped for. Final shoutouts, Remy, Nesquick, Midnight Nat, Cabbage, V, Tell, Andrew, Samuel, and everyone else who's part of this amazing community. Misty.
I love you, Misty. Thank you.
So there you go.
I'm telling you, this community is amazing.
Yeah. Hands down, best gaming community I've ever seen.
So much love. It's
And
unreal.
it's
Perfect.
international, which is wild. Like that we're all so loving yet all over the place.
We're hosting this podcast from 3 different continents right now. It's crazy.
This community is the closest to world peace we've ever achieved.
Yes! Finally! If we don't just get everyone in the UN to play Brighter Shores right now.
Right? They all get on. Everyone will understand.
Someone bring up Stalin right now.
Global politics?
We
fix world politics, yeah. No problem.
Yeah, we just
God.
fixed
Just
world
describe
politics.
Brighter Shorts. What do you mean? Why are you talking about politics?
Just start talking about the leaderboards. We've never had
Start
drama
talking
in
about
Brighter.
leaderboards instead.
We've never had
Oh
drama
my.
ever.
I can't wait to duke it out.
Leaderboards? Who are those? What are those? Never heard of
Yeah.
them.
Back in my day, leaderboards weren't in this game.
Okay, Grandpa, chill out. Back to Monopoly and chess you go.
We might be Care Bears, but we still have claws. Don't forget that.
Just because we
Some of us
haven't bit
literally have
yet doesn't
claws.
mean we won't.
Mhm. We
Okay.
eat when we're hungry.
I'm just getting something set up here. We do have one more thing, I think. Time for one more thing, I think. I think that'll be really fun. Let's take a look here.
I'm scared.
I'm nervous.
Noivus.
Nervous.
I'm very nervous.
Bear with me.
Bearing with you.
Yeah,
Yep, still
yeah.
bearing.
I know. All right, keep talking about
You
combat.
do your thing. What's
Talk
your
to
what's you guys'
Bear with me,
favorite
we all
pancake
bear.
flavor?
Do you see
Sorry, my
favorite magnet
interject real
flavor?
quick.
Yeah,
What's your favorite potion flavor?
Favorite pancake flavor. I want to know. I asked this in one of my videos as well. I want to know what everyone's favorite pancake is.
It's
Buttermilk.
gonna have banana and Nutella.
Oh, but banana's a good one.
Light dusting of sugar.
Ooh. That's really interesting because people
That's
take
good
this two
basic.
ways, right? Some people will take this the dessert way. They'll be like dessert pancakes, which in my opinion is the correct answer, right? Strawberries, whipped cream. Perfect. Every single day if I could. Well, probably not, but you know. But there's also this group of people who just goes, yeah, I just want bacon and cheese on mine. I was like,
Those group of people are called Americans.
I'm trying.
my girlfriend is an American and her answer was bacon and cheese.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that there are people outside of America that would want bacon on a pancake.
Yeah, it's great. So, I mean, I've had like bacon on pancakes, and it's great. Right? It's fine.
Bacon cheese sandwich. Oh,
I worked at a
It's-
breakfast
it's
restaurant.
It's not the same, you know. Dessert
worked at-
pancakes is like that.
A few breakfast
Jeremy
restaurants.
says plain crepes with maple syrup and butter a valid option. I'd
And
say so.
the one I hated was the one that insisted every waffle needs to have bacon on it. And I said, why? And they said, well, wouldn't you want bacon with your waffle? And I went, no.
I kind of get it though. Like, have you ever heard of a chicken and waffles burger?
No, I
I have.
get it. I don't disagree with like chicken and waffles sounds great, but then I mentioned that and they had never heard of chicken and waffles. And so I was just concerned for them at that point.
Yeah, no, I 100% get that. That's weird.
I've never
right.
had waffles.
Oh, are we set up, or are we gonna do more pancakes? Because I can do pancakes all day.
No,
Waffles.
I just need to be right back actually for 1 second. So just
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the podcast. Tell is leaving. Welcome to not
Welcome to
Tell's
our
future.
show now.
Yeah,
It's
this is- oh, what's
Cabbage's. It's Cabbage time. It's Cabbage's podcast now.
Oh,
Actually,
shit. Let's go.
I have been brought to life from Cabbage Man's power, like efforts and power, and his videos, and now I require more. See, people think I'm a gentle god, but I'm actually the god of pain and suffering, making children
I love it.
cry
Don't threaten me with a good time.
and making Cabbage
yes,
Man
indeed.
suffer through gameplay. So now, all of you are going to go to Hopeport right now on your mains, and I have a job for you to do.
That felt really personal. It's like, get on your main.
Yes, it was
Why?
I love how,
extremely personal.
Ah,
I love how Sinpip and I were both just like, oh, pain and suffering, eternal doom. All right, sign me up. Let's go. Where can I get that?
Your words don't scare me,
Unfortunately-
but your chains and whips excite me.
My child Cabbage Man has been indisposed, so he was unable to join us. So I
fuck, I forgot which one's my
will
main.
have to possess Tell and take
What's your
over
name?
for him. We're going to have a race.
Oh no! That's not fair.
We're going to have a race, and we're going not
I'm in
allowed
a
to start
wheelchair.
just yet. That's
Wait, so where are we going?
you're going to Hopeport right now. One guess as to where in Hopeport.
I'm gonna go to the alchemist shop real quick for an alternative reason, because I wasn't prepared for this.
And you will need an empty inventory before we start.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
hence
Why
I'm
did it
going to the
come to
alchemist
that?
shop real quick for I don't
empty.
know why I wasn't prepared for this, but I felt like I needed my empty pockets, and I feel like I already am mentally prepared for what's about to happen.
I love how I see like a bunch of people right now just running to the alchemist store, like, no, my XP potions, my fear potions, no.
You drop your stacks.
Alright, I'm
I
ready.
shall do no such thing. You are not.
Now,
you
I
are not
gain-
touching my lovely XP pots.
Cabbage gains power from watching people suffer. So, what we're going to do is all of you are going to live vicariously through Cabbage Man and perform tasks that he did during his show. No one should have cabbages in their inventory right now. I'm going to explain the rules. We're going to say go, and then we're going to go. The winner will
Tell,
be
I had
of
never
the three.
seen you. I didn't realize we were matching.
Are we
I'm
twins?
lost.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Why is
Tell
that-
isn't here. This is Cabbage Man. Cabbage.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Wait, I thought this was Cabbage. Now you're saying it's Cabbage.
Cabbage.
Who
It's
are
Cabbage.
you?
It's Cabbage. It's Cabbage. Are you all here? It looks like you're all here.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
I am.
Don't fight stuff. Come here. Don't.
Moving!
psychotics over there fighting the zombies.
Hi.
Hi. Here's the rules. Remember, don't start until I say. You must complete all 4 tasks. The first task you must complete first, and the rest you can do in any order. You may do them how you please, but you must not use vendors. You have to do it Iron Man, like no shop man, no shopless man.
So if I
Yes.
happen to have it, I'm good. Or it should like no banks either.
No banks either. Good question. No banks
word.
either. Let's
No
no
banks
banks. No banks. Just our empty bags. No banks. This will be possible. Now, the first step, which everyone must do simultaneously, I don't know how long this one will take, but we'll do it, is you must collect 23 cabbages. Then, in any order, I need you and each step you have to come back to me, and drop it in front of me. So, collect 23 cabbages, then make a potion from scratch, drop it in front of me, bring me an infused rock, and
I can't do it.
Are you on your main?
I can't do it. Yeah, I'm on my. That's the problem. I can't.
What's your levels?
0.
0 everything?
Flint.
0.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm bugged account.
Wait,
I'm
what do you
trying to
mean by
shock
what do you mean by infused rock?
Shock any flint.
Fuck.
Like
Shock
an
a flint.
etched, like an etched rock?
Yeah,
like with the
etched. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Etched.
gotcha.
Hold on. It's like, what is your account if you can't do it?
It's bugged.
What do you mean?
This is what. So normally you need a level 40 in Hope Fort. Oh my god, Hope Port to get to Hope Port.
Yeah.
I have a bugged account. I'm not trying to risk it. I can't.
Are you on
gain
your
any
main?
levels? I'm sorry. Yeah.
So you
You're
can't get
looking,
to the
right?
mines? You can't get to the mines? Let me take a look.
No, I can. I'm
Then
just
no,
saying I can't make potions.
She
I can't
can get to the
extra
mines, but
XP.
she's not supposed to be able to get to the mines. It doesn't want to ruin that for herself.
Okay, she can
No
just wait.
XP gain.
That's
Something
fine.
like that.
Yeah, you can just not.
Sorry.
You can just like follow along. Okay.
I can
We-
watch
You can
Yay!
open chests and hope.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Right, hang on. to
Collect
summarize
23
real quick.
cabbages, make a potion from scratch, bring it to me and drop it. Bring me an etched rock, and then drop it, and then complete 1 merchant bounty.
Okay.
Done.
Between each step, you must come back to me and say you did it. Ready? Set. Go.
1.
Is there a
All right,
respawn
so we
time?
got a minute and a half before the next cabbage spawns in.
All right. So,
Did you
what's
not
everyone's
know?
favorite sorbet?
Go buy
you
red
not know how
cabbages.
long
Can
this
you
is-
buy red? Can you buy them from the?
No, you have to pick up your cabbages.
Hey, Cabbage, what was that about? Like pain and suffering, and then Sinpip and I were like,
Everyone-
"Oh, we
yeah.
love that," and now you're
Yeah.
suddenly like, "Oh, you can buy them." No. We shall suffer together.
A minute and a half each.
Count it, man. Count it since the
Oh
first
my
time
God,
you pick up,
I can't do
pick up a
this.
cabbage.
I can't do this.
Pick up your cabbage and tell me. We're going to be here for 3 hours just picking up cabbages.
I did not know this.
That's
See, if
2. That's the
Cabbage
second
Man-
cab. Maybe it's a minute.
If Cabbage Man
Still,
was here,
23 minutes.
I'm so unfit. I can't walk that much. Oh my god.
23
Just-
minutes of this is us standing here
Mhm,
picking up
yeah,
cabbages. We
exactly.
should have started this at the beginning.
I'm
didn't know.
vibing, honestly,
I
man.
didn't
I'm chilling
know.
right now, you know.
I actually didn't know. I didn't plan for this. I wish
mean,
Cabbage Man
I
were
could've-
here. He would be able to tell me this.
We could have all told you. I feel like.
Bring me a cabbage.
Yeah,
Is step
no.
1. Go do the rest. Go. Just
Here's
go.
a cabbage.
Go do the rest.
Oh,
Just go do the rest.
Oh.
1 potion, 1 ingredient. Go do the rest. I'm not going to sit here for 23 minutes. I want to go to sleep at some point. Get out of here. I don't want to go through the pain and suffering. I want you to go through the pain and suffering. I apologize. I didn't think
Oh
this
my god, I'm
through.
going to the barracks. Oh, no, the hospital.
Go bring me a potion.
Get out of here. Get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you. Go away.
I will bring you a potion. It's a good thing you said no
Freshly
bags.
made, yeah. Now, I can't just pull it off my ass either.
So we should still pretend we
tool
only have
belt.
1 inventory
Go
slot, right?
pretend you have 1 inventory slot. Yeah.
Pretend
I
we
am
have one?
pretending I have
Done.
1 inventory slot. I am
Done deal.
immersed right now.
Cabbage? Where
I will
are
pretend
you?
I have 1 inventory slot. I'll play fair.
I'm suffering. I don't know where you're at.
What are you?
Huh? We're all
What?
making a potion.
Cabbage, where are you at?
I'm here possessing Tell's body and voice.
Oh, okay.
Well, like,
I need to hold somebody's hand.
Oh, did I just get a hug in game?
E.
I'm
E? Just
gonna
E?
keep collecting cabbages.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Dude,
you should, because, you know, pain and suffering and all
Imagine, yeah, I imagine. And now I'm the one suffering from embarrassment. I can't believe I
Excellent.
didn't know that. I just thought it was there.
Hi, Tal.
dear.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm a big fan.
Have you guys done your first step yet? Let's take a look.
I've made my potion just now. I'm on my way to you.
Yeah, make sure you praise Cabbage when you complete a step. It doesn't count.
I can't type
otherwise.
on the keyboard with my nails. Oh my god, this is awful.
That sounds like pain and suffering to
I'm
me.
a slow man.
It is. No,
I
I
did
got
not
it.
do anything fast.
Here-
I have no
here
sense
you
of
go.
urgency. I
Crazy.
have no plan on winning this.
Here's your potion, and here's your praising Cabbage. I'm off.
Oh, Valerie, don't go. No.
Damn, full name and everything. So serious. Almost got me convinced to stay. Almost.
Almost?
I'll join Hester.
Almost.
I'll join Hester in wearing the Cabbage Man hat.
Ah, you're gone. You're
What was
actually
the
gone.
what was the third item again?
Complete a merchant bounty.
Oh right, that's the
One
one
item at a
Alright.
time. Yeah, which matters about which one you take. Apparently, Sinpip didn't pass action the kelp, or someone didn't pass action the kelp.
GG.
Were we supposed to pass action the go?
Yeah,
That's
you need the
only-
brown kelp.
you need the brown
only
kelp to make a
single
potion.
Yeah,
ingredient.
maybe one
potion.
of us turned around and said, you know what, good idea. As soon as you said the one inventory slot fucking thing, teleported off to the mines instead to shock a rock because they were already behind in the first task. So they fucked off to do something else. Oh my god, I'm gonna, out of general respect, walk off and grab a fucking eel. Because my tea wasn't empty. You know?
Well, I'm going right now. I'm etching a rock. Please tell me I have gas in the. Oh, there. Thanks.
That's what I'm saying. I had gas. So you're saying we're allowed to use that gas? We don't have to get more
use
gas?
Use the gas.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah. If V's already done it, so go ahead.
Oh no, I haven't done it. I'm etching the rock right now.
Yeah, all good. I want to see that rock. And grab a cabbage while you're here.
I
Yeah,
will grab a
here's your
cabbage while
rock.
I'm there.
And praise cabbage. Cabbage.
Fuck off. Praise. I don't.
He shrugged.
Raising
I
cabbage.
didn't hear that rule.
Here's your etched
I didn't
rock.
hear that rule before you said start. You added that one. I don't accept that.
It's my first time game hosting, all right? Cabbage Man would have been better at this.
Yeah, I know you would have realized, oh, maybe we should have the 23 cabbages on our main.
I forgot to grab a cabbage, so I'm coming
It's a
back. I'm
learning
grabbing a cabbage.
experience. We're all growing. We're all growing as we play Brighter Shores. We're all.
I got the
learning
best
new
bounty.
things.
I got the one we need. The one bounty that matters.
Which bounty did you get?
Meat.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. Let's see what V gets.
Well, I mean, I had to go pick my third cabbage real quick, so I'm a little
Oh
delayed
my
here.
god, Miles. I'm a big fan.
Let's
Psychotic's
see,
just
is there
vibing
anything-
with the party
anything
because
anything good?
she can't go to the mines for some reason.
For the record,
I
I
can't
picked
go
up
to
enough
mines.
cabbages while we've been doing this.
Yeah,
for
you've been
all of
playing it.
us.
You've been playing. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay, so that you've done that because you've been doing that. So
I did that
Psychotic,
step like 8 times.
Can you explain? Sorry, can you explain your bugged account? This is your main account that's quote bugged, and you don't want to lose
Yeah,
that.
so before the rework, you only needed a total level of 50 in Hopeport. And that included guard. So I got 50 guard
I
and 10
understand what you're
fishing
saying.
to,
So
sorry,
your
to get
your
60.
your levels are really really low in Hopeport, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you need 40 of every skill, not including combat. You need 20 combat and 40 in Hopeport.
Right.
Yep.
So
You need
Oi,
it
oi,
separates combat
Wait,
and skills.
Simpip,
hold on.
Simpip.
Oh, yep. You're right. My bad.
Hold on.
I am watching.
So-
Bad habits. I'm just so used to doing certain things. We start
Yeah.
talking about something. You distracted me.
Sorry.
This is a curse.
I saw him, but he automatically
So-
clicked 6.
Yep.
Hold on. So what
Thank you for
Jeremy
calling me
said in
out.
the chat,
Yeah.
I think she wants to preserve a legacy account. Yeah, so
Yes,
my
yeah.
alt has 10 of each.
Yeah.
because of the rework.
Yeah.
So
If your alt was far
kind of
enough,
want to
maybe we
preserve this.
probably should have done that. But I didn't realize that you had like a legacy account problem there. That's fine.
Hey, Synpip, how far ahead are you now?
Guys?
Huh?
How far are you now on this little cabbage
Simpip's
quest?
doing emotes on main right now, so I don't know. I think he's just kinda, he's not racing. He's just here for a good time.
Wait, hold on. So what you're telling me, right, is
I passed a friend and had to stop and blow him a kiss.
Remy wasn't able to do it. Synpip basically quits. I'm racing against myself right now.
Yes, you're still going to do it though.
That is the most suffering
I'm
thing
still
ever.
doing
Okay.
it.
He's still
Mhm, yeah, you're
participating.
just-
I'm
I'm
watching him.
participating. I'm
watching
taking my
him from
participant
above
badge.
as Cabbage does.
I see. All right, just
And
keep
watch me
watching him, yeah?
walk past these.
You're still racing the viewers, who are probably some of them still collecting cabbages and doing it correctly. But I just I can't sit here and do that. I want to give you guys suffering and not maybe just do it off stream.
My dear
been
friend
standing
Tell,
there
you
doing it
really
on this podcast, so I'm good.
you picked
I'm
the
covered.
wrong game
I at
to do
least did
this
that
on.
task.
I am possessing an idiot who does not know how Cabbage works. That's not my fault as Cabbage. It is the idiot that I am possessing. This is a role-playing game. I'm role-playing an idiot.
Same.
I like how you're making us suffer by doing more grinding in the grindy game that we all
Oh
love
no,
grinding.
I have to play the game. Oh no, whatever shall I do?
But
Whoa,
you're
woe
not
is
getting
me.
rewarded for it.
I'm getting
Am I not?
XP.
You're getting
I was
XP
gonna say,
slightly.
where's my not reward? I think I'm getting XP. Yeah.
I'm getting
How many
a
you
little
win,
money
Simp?
from.
How many have you done? Schmeats.
I don't even know, man. 3. This is the 4th one.
Now imagine doing this for 20 levels.
I wouldn't have a problem. Look, you're asking me.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
I was gonna do it till Cabbage Man said he was.
That's right. And you were doing the chest thing anyway, which is
Yeah.
clearly insane.
Yeah. I'm level 2 on that character still, dude. I've been playing this entire podcast.
You could have given us
No,
cabbages.
He has
I'm
almost
about to get a
1,000 bread.
KP and I don't have my XP pots. You made me put them away for nothing.
That's funny.
No banks.
No, man.
You know, it's gonna be interesting actually. The cabbage item. Now that I know it's got like a cooldown, it can't be banked though. I was gonna say maybe people would collect them, but you can't be banked. It'd be so good.
I'm
if it
just
could
glad
be
that
they can
was
be sold to
fun while we
Kevin.
collect
I didn't
them
know
from
you
day
could sell
one.
cabbages to Kevin.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that
yeah.
new?
No, that's always been like that.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize in the beginning. It took me literally 4 months. It wasn't until after the rework that I was like, oh, you can sell cabbages to Kevin?
These people have all completed their goals. I appreciate all the effort in
Thank you.
supporting, not you, Cabbage.
Oh. Right.
Paris says they sell for more in Cran.
I deserve that. No, I deserve that. I
They
kind of
do sell for more in Krem because of the distance you have to walk.
Huh. So yeah, like like in RuneScape, people collect burnt fish, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
it'd be
Fun.
really cool if our banking system's kind of different, but if we could bank the cabbages, I want to see people collect cabbages.
I really want to bank random shit. Like, I've been
Yeah.
asking for this since the beginning of the game, dude. Put a bank in the merchant's hall that I can bank all the merchant shit and cabbages in. And just let me collect my random shit. Like, I'm going to pre-predict some of the bounties. I'm not going to pre-predict them all.
I think
Like, yeah, maybe I'm just going to do clocks. So what? Let me be a
These
clock
here?
salesman.
praise Cabbage. Hey,
Pick
Everyone
another
cheer
cabbage.
for-
I mean,
everyone cheer for V. Good job.
thank you very much.
That's 6.
I'm a big
Now we're
fan.
gonna sit here and watch Sinpip make us a 10% potion,
Yep.
15% potion.
I like how Azrael's like V1, as if that's such a fucking surprise. Come on now.
Off I go.
I'm gonna-
you won.
I'm gonna pick up my
What?
potion and my etchment because I got back before they despawned. Thank you.
2 of her opponents gave up, and she won.
I know, right? I'm such a professional. I'm so good.
I just
See, like it's super ironic because when you said make a potion with 1 ingredient, I legit panicked for a second. I was like, "Shit, how am I gonna do this?" But then I
didn't hear
realized,
the
you
with
know,
one ingredient part.
Then
that's the cabbage man.
wasn't-
That's the cabbage man.
That was the part where I went, fuck that.
That's
what I was
the
trying
part.
to say.
Yeah, sorry.
What I was trying to say is like when I was making my forager guide, I accidentally remembered and rediscovered that you can make a potion with 1 ingredient with brown kelp.
Yes.
I would not have known if it wasn't for that.
This is I've been with Cabbage Man the whole journey and like helping him get through. I could have made you guys get a plank from a credit chest, but I don't know how long we'd be here for that. So
Probably not as long as getting 23 cabbages. So hey,
A plank
Simpip?
specifically?
I recommend
What?
you go get the right kelp before you run back.
Oh yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
or
Always
for
get the
comedic
fucking fast
value.
actions. For comedic value, I could walk all the way back with it.
For comedic value, do past action, but misclick the green one for me real quick, would you?
I just
That's a
You
good
know
one.
what?
Someone
I'm not
just
gonna
said
walk.
take a
I'll
drink.
teleport.
Someone said take a drink every time V says monument in the video, and I don't know how many drinks you will be taking, but I can find out for you.
Simpip did teleport skip. He's catching up. Hold on. He's almost done.
Go, Simpip,
For the
go!
record, the rest of this time, I almost didn't teleport.
Underlay.
You're still get this. You're still 2nd place.
Yeah, I get this. All right. For the record, I do have redemption on my own stream where I will quite often, I don't fucking alchemy, I will often come to Hopeport, pick up a cabbage, and walk it to the merchant in Kren. Mostly because I thought was the only place you could sell it. Really didn't know for 4 months that you could sell it to
Wait, you were
cabbage.
selling them in Kren and you didn't realize that you could also
I was walking out here, picking them up in Hopeport, walking them all the way through to Kren, selling them in Kren, and then going back
All right.
about my business. That's my redemption.
Everyone
walking
get ready to
cabbage.
praise Cabbage. He's almost back.
You do not know the battle I have typing on this keyboard with these nails.
All right, and there you go.
Thank you. Power
they
has been
need to change this
restored.
guard's
Balance has
name.
been restored.
So how many
Honestly,
cabbages
if
do
they
you have?
changed this
Vincent?
guard's name to Cabbage Man, I wouldn't be angry. You know, guy right here that's in charge of watching the cabbages.
Hey guys, I'm back. How'd you guys go?
Hi, Tell. Where did
Sorry,
you go?
I had to fix something up. Something
Hippie.
was happening on my side. I just had to solve that real quick.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We were busy, you know what? While you were like busy before, we were talking about pancakes. Now it was all about cabbages. We just love cabbages.
Great. Yeah, I feel a little
Cabbage
dizzy.
pancakes.
I feel
No world feels truly complete without cabbage.
I feel a little dizzy. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean possession will do that to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I've heard.
Thank you so
Allegedly.
much for participating.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you, everyone,
allegedly.
for joining
If
us.
you
in the
need some advice on multiple personality disorder, I'm your girl. Hit me up.
Everyone,
got
there are still
schizophrenia.
people. There's still people
if you
collecting
want someone for
cabbages.
that.
Big respect for that. Everyone, keep doing your cabbages.
Collect cabbages too.
That's really good.
I'm
I'm
getting
gonna finish
cabbages.
the 23 cabbage
Oh,
challenge.
shit, we're
Yeah.
killing shit. Let's
I don't
go.
need to do that when I'm a man.
No,
I'm already mostly done.
I ran out of targets. No.
I'm going to. We're gonna sign off the guest. So thanks so much, Psychotic, Remy, Remy the Roomba.
Oh, am I going?
You're going.
Remy
now.
the Roomba.
Oh.
Bye.
Say bye,
We
everyone.
love
We're
you,
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Thank you
I'm
for talking
in the
about your
chat.
story. It was nice to hear about your story,
Thanks for
Miss's
having me.
story, and thank you very much for coming on, getting Turns out when you talk to people who have like the heaviest grind in the game, sometimes they're hard to get a hold of. So
Yeah, what do you know?
really appreciate your effort and coming on and having a chat with us. And I hope you have
We
a
love
great
you,
rest of your
Remy.
day. I know that you haven't slept and it's 8:30 a.m. now, so you have a great sleep.
Probably not for another 2 hours, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'll be on for
Well
a little
then.
while, so yeah.
We are going to. So I'm going to sign. Thank you very much. Let me change this over. Still collecting cabbages. Such a silly mistake. Didn't even consider it. I thought it.
I'm so glad I said something. Otherwise, we would have been there for a while before you realized it.
I wasn't going to say anything on purpose. I thought it'd be hilarious to just be sat here.
I was like, why haven't you guys left yet? Oh dear.
Because we're still collecting the cabbages, man.
Dear me. 23. I can start. I'm gonna stay here for the people who want to complete the full challenge. I will stay here.
Can I do it in reverse if I now just get the rest of my cabbages?
Yeah, you can finish your cabbages. Yeah, the cabbage Olympics.
I am finishing my
I've
cabbages.
never seen the training ground full, but I'm pretty sure the training ground is full right now.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We bring everyone involved. I wanted to build something that every week, every podcast, we're going to try and bring people, community on, see if they can, do the letters, the messages in the bottle, get them on the screen, and doing a mini game with us and mucking around and having fun. As we get more features and stuff, I'm sure it'll make it easier and better. But we're still working with our limits here. We're gonna switch out to the sign off now. We are done.
We're
Unfortunately,
done.
This is it.
Oh no!
This will be it.
Damn.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, V and Simpip, for coming on. It's been a really, really fun time.
Yep.
I'll let V if you want to sign off.
Yeah, I just want to quickly shout out the Blades of Adothria, my clan, and if you want to have more of me, more content from me, I produce YouTube videos, mainly informative Brighter Shores videos, news posts, and guides. I released a pretty chunky 46-minute in-depth forager guide yesterday, which covers absolutely everything you would ever want to know. The link to the channel is in the description. And if you want to discuss any of that with me or a community which is extremely active and in a very tight Brighter Shores clan, link are in my own descriptions.
Simpip.
I'm Sinpip. If you want more from me, you're not going to be seeing a whole lot of me in the Brighter Shores community in the next couple of weeks. There's a new game that comes out on Monday that I'm going to be playing, and I'm going to be hanging out with ideally weekly with the Brighter Shores streamers. We're playing Among Us after the podcast is over today.
I'll actually be making an effort to join that.
Yeah. So tell I'm hosting, so it doesn't start till I get there.
Okay.
Literally.
Whoa.
So give me 10 minutes, everybody.
Yeah. No,
I got to
need
pee
to take a
and
break
then
as
run
well.
outside
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, we all play lots of different games, and I think that this is my retirement. I call this my retirement MMO, so I totally get it. This is my my spare time when I'm not playing other stuff. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love doing this for everyone. If you guys want to send messages in a bottle, letters of the editor, jump in my Discord and you can send those through. If you want to be involved, if you're a creator and you want to be involved, we have a creator Discord. Just ask for me. Everyone on this everyone is raffled out, so there's no popularity contest or anything like that. It's just whoever wins the luck of the draw. If you're available and you're good to go, that's how I produce it. And once again, thank you everyone for watching and supporting the stream and loving your fellow Brighter Shores player. This has been a very wholesome stream because of that. But thanks everyone, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.